the studio mode. Nothing should be going wrong.
I just hit record and nothing has happened.
Restream says live.
Yeah, we're live again.
Once more.
Sorry about that, guys. We're having some technical problems.
Seems to be it.
Do we need to restart? Hold on just a second, guys. We're dealing with some technical problems.
Keep going for a second.
Okay.
If it happens again, I'll try and pinpoint what we're doing.
All right, guys. If we go offline again, we're going to take a brief break and see what we can figure out. It shouldn't last very long if we have to. We'll take a minute. We'll let our technical team figure out what's going on, and then we'll be back. How many people do we have in the chat right now?
We're doing from at 5 and 7.
Well, because it's gotten reset. I can see 5 people viewing right
now. Okay. Well, for those 5 people that are viewing, if you have any questions, comments, queries, inquiries, things you just want to shout out, please feel free, because it's really hard to fill all this empty space. But Ascelia, we might be in for another decade. We don't know. If another game system comes along that I really like, I might switch to it. Obviously, that's not Pathfinder 2. But for now, we're liking 5.5, and it's really enjoyable. In addition to playing 5th edition and Dungeons and Dragons, I enjoy other games as well. I really like Cyberpunk Red. Shout out to CD Projekt Red for their video game too, because that was amazing. But I love Cyberpunk Red. I'm a fan of Shadowrun. I like World of Darkness, obviously. I'm a fan of a throwback game, if anyone's ever heard of Rift by Palladium. I know there's some problematic things about Palladium, but I really love the Rift setting. I think it's some of the best world building I've had the pleasure to see. I am a big fan of Mutants and Masterminds. I loved 2nd edition. I love 3rd edition. They're about to release a 4th edition, and I've already backed the Kickstarter. I recommend it if you like superhero role-playing games. It is, without a doubt, the gold standard. I want to do some shout-outs to other streamers while we have a minute here. There's a streamer named Shy Twice. She has helped us by getting some news out. She got a video for us made by one of her friends that was amazing and wonderful. I'd like to shout out to Ghost Wizards, who does a lot of streaming of strategy games, who's been really helpful to me. He's currently doing a Terra Invicta, which is a game I recommend. It's real fun if you like that kind of X4 style of game. I'd like to shout out to Addercobb, who also kind of does strategy games, a big XCOM fan. Another game I absolutely adore. And from there, we kind of move on to a little bit of talking about how. So one question, we're just kind of going through a little bit haphazardly, but I always get asked a question of how did I get into professional game design? Now, things work differently now than they used to, but I got into professional game design because I called up White Wolf Publishing and basically had some questions about Mage Ascension, and I got to talk to a developer, and I struck up a conversation, and then we became friends, and that's how I got my start there. Palladium, they do open submissions, so I just kind of sent stuff to Palladium. But then in 2001, I went off to college. And I went to Collins College, and even though it's kind of a defunct now and was kind of predatory, thank you, student loans. College, it was a college of game design. I made a lot of contacts and some wonderful people. I worked for a company called Angry Weasel for a while, which was great. I worked for a company called Tapper out of TAPRR out of Australia. And I worked on a game called Sumo Boy, and it never released, but you can go onto YouTube and still sometimes find the intro, which was one of the things we filmed near the end. You can, but I got those jobs by doing things like just open calls. There used to be it might still be a thing. I'm not really sure. I retired. There used to be uh, a website called Gama Sutra, which was all about game design and things like that. They had job listings and they were great. After my game design days, I became a teacher. So I was a college professor for a number of years, um, and I enjoyed it. I taught underprivileged students, mostly who were taking college courses while they were in high school, so they could use their Hope Scholarship to pay for the college courses without depleting their Hope Scholarship. And for a lot of these kids, they were on the lower income, and this was probably the only way they were going to get any college education. And so I taught for about 6 years. I loved it. Unfortunately, I lost the ability to remember names. After having 40 students, or rather 30 students a class, 4 classes a day, 2 sets of classes a year. That's 240 students a year. Uh, Doing that for 6 years, no. I had like over like somewhere in the vicinity of around 1,500 students, give or take. Um, And after a time, I just stopped being able to remember student names, and therefore my ability to remember names just went to crap. I'm disabled. I mentioned that earlier. I was in an accident. I was hit by a semi. Wasn't fun. It took me a number of years to recover, and I'm still recovering. But during my recovery, I transitioned into writing. And so that's what I do now. And people go, well, how did you get your start in writing? So there's a lot of people who want to be writers. How did you get your start in writing? I went to a convention called Jordan Con, and they had a lot of writers track, and they had a bunch of things where they had professional authors and agents and publishers who would do things like they had like a pitch contest, pitch your book. And so I had written my first novel. I had written it shortly after my father died, and they had a thing where you come up on stage and you pitch your book. And there was a man on stage. He's a publisher named John Hartness. He's a great guy. Um, I pitched my book. They asked some questions, and I wasn't getting like eviscerated. But these pitch contests are like, well, not contests. These pitch panels are like brutal, like real brutal. I saw more than one person burst into tears. Um, they seemed to respond to me, and I was still in the wheelchair at the time, so I wheeled away to get off the stage. And John Hartness goes, "No, no, come back here." And the crowd got real quiet. And so I wheel over and he hands me a business card and said, "I want your manuscript by the end of the day." So, or by the end of the week. And so I sent my manuscript. And although he didn't take it, he liked it. He didn't take it. But I eventually self-published, and I used to go to a convention called Multiverse, and I really love Multiverse. It's a great con. If you're ever in Atlanta, I recommend it. And I sold really well while I was there. And I kind of did that for 2 years. I did my first book and my second book, and I kind of took the self-publishing thing as far as you can go. Um, and so I knew a publisher. Her name is Nicole. She's wonderful. And I went to her and I said, "Hey, I know this isn't like a thing that happens when a book's already out, but I was wondering if you take me." And she agreed. And so, unfortunately, because of reasons, I am like 5 years in since I've released my last book. But we're about to do some re-releases, and we're really looking forward to it. So the best way I can say, if you want to become an author, go to conventions, meet people, network, uh, have fun with people. There's an event called Writers at the Bar, usually at most of the writers conventions I've been to, where you just get a chance to go and chat with people and just have fun and get to know people. And just like in a lot of jobs, when they say it's not what you know, but who you know, they're not wrong. And so that's definitely a thing. We haven't had any more comments. Yeah.
I'm all close in 14 minutes. If you want to do anything before.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a brief break while the next segment is keyed up. So if you want, please enjoy our intro screen, and I will return shortly. Hi guys, and we're back to seventh age. Or excuse me, sorry, we're back to the 24-hour charity stream. Sorry for the brief delay. We had to set up for the next bit. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to a person. If you've been following the stream, you've heard of. His name is Parker. He is one of our players. He plays Iestyn in 7th Age of Ascelia. What you may not know is Parker is an expert Warhammer painter and is one of the best painters I've ever seen. I know for a fact, as much as he tries to play humble, that he has won awards for doing this. He's going to give me a asterisk there in a minute. But he is setting up to bring you through painting a miniature. It'll probably be a hour and a half, however long it takes. Take your time. We have plenty of time to kill for the next segment. I would like you all to give Parker a warm welcome. And he is setting up now. Let me make sure that we are streaming. My phone is over there. Thank you. Cool. So I'm going to turn you over to here to Parker. He's setting up, which is why we were on break. We were also grabbing some food and shutting down the store. We look forward to, I hope you enjoy Parker's painting tutorial. Well, it's not even a tutorial, but Parker's painting session. Parker's painting. I like that. We'll call it Parker's painting time. Parker is our very own Bob Ross. He doesn't make happy little trees. He makes happy dead things with blood on them. Because he...
Always. A lot of it's live and vibrant. Are we in the interview screen? Let's go to interview. You want to talk about painting first?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to turn this over to you.
I'll say if you want to slide over.
Yeah, we'll slide over.
Hello, I'm Parker.
You don't ever see him on camera. My players don't like being on screen.
Yeah, we try and stay off it when we can. But yeah, miniature painting.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Miniature painting is actually what got me into D&D and a lot of the, not like all nerd stuff. Like I played a lot of board games growing up as a kid. Like my family was really into board games and card games and stuff. And then I was in college, had a lot of exams. One of my siblings was like, "Hey, I found this great game. It was Star Wars Imperial Assault." And was like, "We should play this over Christmas break." And so, which is typically what happens. Like every time, we're coming home, we're gonna play through Charterstone.
Oh, nice.
This summer.
Because you're going home.
I'm going home for a little bit. And so he was like, Imperial Assault. And so he sent me videos about it. And all these videos are, it's like a kind of a TTRPG for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And all the videos, the miniatures are painted. And it was like, this is awesome. So I bought a copy of it and it showed up and none of the miniatures were painted. And I was like crushed. And like, so then I was studying for exams. So I was like, I'm just gonna, when I needed a break, I would just paint a miniature. One miniature for the entire exam season. It took me 18 hours over the course of 2 weeks to paint my first Stormtrooper.
I mean, it's better than I can do.
Yeah, but I was like, it looked really good for a first miniature, but it took me 18 hours to paint one miniature. And that just happened to be December of 2019. And so over the break, I bought like an army painter paint set and I started collecting paints. And then the pandemic happened and we all got sent home. And it was like, I had like 15 to 20 hours a week of remote work I had to do, and the rest of the time I had free time. So I was either like playing Fortnite with my siblings or I was painting like 40 hours a week. And so I went from never having painted a miniature before to being stuck at home with nothing to do but paint. And so I started painting miniatures. And then when I wasn't happy with the quality of miniatures, I hadn't gotten into Warhammer at that point. I wasn't happy with like the quality of miniatures I could get from some of the blister packs. So I bought a 3D printer and I got into resin printing. And then within a year, I was painting competitively in like small online competitions. But during painting, I had roommates who were like, "Oh, this reminds me when I used to play Pathfinder." And so one of my roommates, as during the pandemic, got nostalgic about it. And so he was like, "I'm going to rewatch through Critical Role." And so that was my introduction to D&D. Was I was sitting there with a TV tray painting while he had Critical Role up on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And so we ended up buying Pathfinder 2 was relatively new then. So we bought all the Pathfinder 2 books and we played a couple Pathfinder 2 campaigns, and that lasted until, the shutdown ended and we all went back to work, but I kept painting. And so I don't paint as much now. Not like, I paint more miniatures since coming to Atlanta and like finding challenges. I've gotten into Warhammer. So talking about challenges and like what it means to me. Like when I was in back home, I had a really like tight knit wargaming group that I was part of, and they played a lot of different like kind of bespoke war games. Like they were playing Frosthaven, they were playing a lot of the one-page rules stuff. They're always trying something new. We play tested a lot of like small war games that were coming out. It's like our group or like our names are in the playtest section for a lot of these small little war games that came out. And then coming here, I was trying to find another community like that. I was having a hard time finding one. Warhammer 10th edition was coming out like around the time I came here, and so I started looking for a game store that had Warhammer 10th edition stuff going on, and that's how I found challenges because Kylie was running a Combat Patrol League, and
Oh, so
10th
Kylie
edition.
got you into it.
Kylie's one who got me into Warhammer. I'd already bought the box before I came because I knew it was. So I bought a 10th edition box that came out right before I moved. So I bought it and then moved here.
Interesting. Kylie actually was the person who got me my very first 4D terrain.
Nice.
The terrain that you see, I occasionally
walls?
whip out. Yeah, the walls.
Yeah.
Kylie actually did those for me and then taught me how to paint them.
Nice.
So those were all painted by me.
Yeah.
I am not a great painter, but I learned how to paint walls. And I learned how to paint. You taught us how to paint the Dwarven Forge stuff, and that came out really nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share about yourselves?
About me, probably not. I'm good there. With as far as painting goes, like why we paint miniatures. Nate, can we get the map screen up, like the top down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead and take care of that. I am gonna let my
Yeah,
friend
no.
Parker here take over. I'm gonna go
got
eat
some
some
stuff.
pizza rolls.
All right, let's set up.
So can you see the miniatures on there?
Yes.
Yeah, so what we've got is a couple different, like one of the reasons why you paint your miniatures is you want to be able to differentiate. There's a couple reasons. One of them is you need to be able to differentiate things when they're on the table. You can see here is we've got miniatures that are painted here. These are some of our characters from 7th Age of Ascelia. These are some of our miniatures from Dragon Con and events that Henry runs. And so you can see these, you can tell these apart. We've got
You're right in the camera, like right up in it.
all right, I'm gonna go out of the camera then. 'Cause you don't need to see me right in the camera. We've got things like for some of the games we're using tonight because it's a little short notice. The game I'm running, I'll be using tokens. So I've printed out tokens that'll be visible. We've got for one of the campaigns, we didn't have time to fully paint miniatures, so we've just painted them single colors. But you can see over here, these are a pile of miniatures that currently aren't painted. And one of the issues is you can't really tell them apart in the table. So again, one of the reasons why we paint is that you can differentiate things on the table. The other reason is painting's fun, and it's a way of making the miniature your own. So I'm going to. I gotta decide what to paint. Is there anybody in the chat right now? I can't see chat.
No one's been talking.
What do you want me to paint, chat? If I gave you options,
Give me a second to pull up the Twitch one. I can see.
we've got. I mean, I've got a second copy of Iestyn I can paint. We've got an Ascelia. We've got a bunch of pirates.
I mean, you'll have an endless string of actions.
There's going to be an endless string of Ascelias once the printer's up and running again.
Here currently, nothing in chat.
Come on, chat, join in.
The scene didn't change to the miniatures.
Oh, it didn't?
Really?
Well, I'm watching it on the big TV up front.
Well,
We can talk about it again.
Oh, it's supposed to be up here, right?
it's
Yeah. Is the map cam showing?
It should be the play screen. I should just hit play screen.
no, I Huh.
Is it not switching over?
It's showing it being played. It's not in studio mode or anything. It's here.
Oh, let me look at the thing.
Technical problems.
We're getting there.
It shows on Twitch now.
Yeah, show it on Switch. Oh, it just took a minute to switch over, Tony.
YouTube just well behind, but
Yeah, it's up there. I'm watching it now.
All right.
it like it wasn't in studio mode. It should have switched over.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, there it goes on YouTube. Nice. For the so for that, I intentionally put the camera so that we couldn't see like what was behind his game screen. You might want to be on like the side of the table, like the Dungeon Master screen.
Yeah.
So like on the right side or left side of the table, if you just reach forward a bit, you'll easily be viewable.
From where I'm at right now. Oh, from the overhead.
Yeah.
We're good with that, I think. Do you want to? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and. Is there any buttons we want to paint?
The Twitch is gonna come up faster, so.
You want to switch back to just the DM screen so we got a close up?
The DM will just share your face.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And then, like, if we adjust the camera down, is that going to mess people up later? Or how hard is it to put it back to that position?
That's not terribly hard.
It'll just be. Yeah, you can just adjust the one in front of you. I
Okay.
don't care about that. It's not easily.
Okay, perfect.
It'll reduce a portion of your face probably.
That's fine. I don't need to see my face. I brought my stuff to paint space pools and left all my space pools on.
That good?
I can see here.
Well, we want to
Good.
zoom in on the middle of the spot.
Well, we can
Well,
just.
I have a solution for that.
You can zoom, or I can move the camera closer if you want me to.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Solution.
Okay. Were any votes in chat on what we're painting? No. Wait, what do we got? No, nothing. Okay, we're painting a pirate then. Because we have a bunch of pirates, and we might as well get them painted before we run into them.
Hey, none do it.
I'm gonna come over here and watch the things. Well, actually, here, Jacke, I'm gonna have my phone over here so I can respond.
Well, apparently not a good tech guy, but he's definitely.
You're fine.
I'm gonna grab some more pirates.
You are, Nate. You are part of team. You are part of Team Ascelia.
Do I still get to be a bandit? I want to be a bandit still.
That'll happen.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So when you're painting miniatures, there's a couple things to keep in mind. The biggest things is just to thin your paints a little bit so that they're not, if they're too thick, you're going to lose resolution on your miniatures. They're going to clog up. They're not going to look nice. You don't have to use actual miniature paints. I tend to use Citadel paints, and then I tend to use Army Painter's Fanatic War paints. Partially because they come in a lot of colors, they're fairly easy to get, and then you can buy these paints at your local game store and support your local game store. But you can use artist paints, you can use craft paints. A lot of times the difference in quality between paints is just in the smoothness of the paint, the size of the pigments, how thin the paints are, how well they flow, and so you can use any type of paint as long as you're able to thin it and get it to work the way that you want it to. As far as brushes go, there are a lot of different opinions on what kinds of brushes and types of brushes to use. Typically, I have a couple brushes in my repertoire. I use a number 4 round, usually. And so this one is just a kind of a large brush. I go through these really quickly because you want them to have a good tip on them because of how thick of a brush it is. I buy the cheapest one I can at a craft store. You're usually going to pay $4 to $6 for a brush. Some brands are better than others. Some last longer than others. This one's fairly new, but this is kind of my daily driver. I use it for all my base coating. And then anytime I'm not doing any like fine detail work, these are all just kind of cheap synthetic brushes. When it comes to doing details, when I'm doing freehand, if I'm doing like faces or anything like that, I have a couple different that are actual natural hair brushes. And these are in a variety of sizes. I really love the size 0. This one, by the way, is probably, I bought a set of brushes from this company back during the pandemic, and then they went out of business shortly after. This is the last one I've still got. They were the best brushes I've ever bought. Unfortunately, they're gone. But the other ones, I'm using either 0 or 000 from Monument Studios or Artist Opus. Both have good brushes. These are significantly more expensive, and I don't get these brushes out for everything. I use them if I'm doing eyes. I use them if I'm doing any sort of like really fine detail work. But normally I'm not using those brushes I'm using my just regular cheap craft brushes. So the one thing when you're painting is you want to start by base coating your miniature. Don't start doing any like detail work or lighting or shading or anything until you've got your whole miniature base coated. That way, if you make mistakes, you can go back and fix them. How you want to paint that miniature, like the order you paint things is up to you. A lot of times you want to work inside out. So start at like the very inside of your miniature, work your way out. That way you're not painting up against stuff you've already painted. The other thing you can do is as you start painting, as you practice painting, you'll get a feel for what areas you're going to have an easier or harder time painting. And so you'll learn like, I'm going to paint this piece first and then this piece. That way I'm not going to go over and mess up an area I've already painted. I prefer to use a traditional painting method where I'm using solid opaque paints and then thinning them down, layering up, starting with the base color, layering up to highlight, maybe doing some washes, coming back in and highlighting again. Speed paints are amazing. They make it really easy to...
Oh, hey, quick question. There's a question.
Oh, we got a question in chat.
What's the best way you recommend to bring some of those partially Citadel pots back to life?
Unless it's a one that I have to have, I just go buy a new one. Unfortunately, like Citadel pots are the worst. There's got to be ways to get them back, but unless it's something like I used to have an old Rhinox hide that was like before the color change, and I preferred it over the new Rhinox hide, and so I like kept that pot alive for as long as I possibly could. I constantly have to buy new pots. The army painters a little bit better with the caps; they don't tend to go bad as quickly. But yeah, there's a problem with the pots. What we're talking, in case you don't know what we're talking about, like the Citadel paints come in these little pots where they have a lid. The problem is after you use them a couple times, the lids start getting paint under them, so they don't seal properly, and then they start drying up, especially if you don't use it for a couple months. Versus like the army painter, they come in dropper bottles, so you can actually like kind of control how much you're dropping onto your palette at a time. And then when I'm using a palette, I really like to use a wet palette. You can use a dry palette. I started on dry palettes, but I've kind of switched to wet palettes and really enjoy it. It makes it fairly easy to, your paint stays fluid longer when you're working for a long period of time. It's really easy to thin things out on the palette and then go from there. So I'm going to start with, on these pirates, just painting some of the basic cloth. And one of the things you can do if you've got a lot of things to paint, like with D&D miniatures, a lot of times, unless you're like, here I'm painting NPCs, so I'm going to have a lot of little bits and pieces to do that are kind of similar because they're all a bunch of just pirates. But most of the time, if I'm painting like D&D characters, everyone's different. Everyone's got different colors, so it's like each miniature is completely different. If you're painting a bunch of, like in this case, we're painting pirates, or if you're painting a bunch of, like if you're painting Warhammer and you're painting a bunch of Space Marines or whatever else it is you might be painting, you can batch paint stuff to get the painting done quicker. And so in this case, because I've got all these pirates, I'm going to be going through and doing when I'm painting with a color, I'm going to use that color on every miniature that needs it. So like right now, I'm starting off with a Steel Legion drab, which is kind of a tan, like greenish tan. I'm going to be using this for some fabric, like this guy, I'm putting it on his pants. And then when you're putting down your first layers, so like in this case, I'm painting the pants. I'm going to paint the Steel Legion drab over the areas that are like the belt or anywhere that like, because my paint's thin, I don't have to worry about like losing too much of the details doing this. That way when I come back and I'm painting the belt, I don't have to worry about if I miss a little bit on each one, am I going to have my black primer showing through? What do we got? Painted some cars in a desert chocolate chip camo before, after 1600 eyes. Yeah, I totally feel that. I never army painted before doing Warhammer. I'd always done stuff where I got to paint like 1 or 2 minis at a time, and I loved it. And then I switched to painting Warhammer, and it was like you kind of get tired of painting the same thing over and over again. And if you're painting an army, you want to make sure that you're going to be happy painting the same thing over and over and over again before you commit to it. Because I definitely started a Harlequin's army, which they're Warhammer. They have a diamond like Harlequin pattern painted on them. They're really small miniatures, and so I got a handful of them painted, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to paint too many more of them. So if you're army painting, things to keep in mind are if you're using an elite army, so something where you have very few miniatures or their vehicles or something, go ahead and paint them super, like, feel free to do something busy and like cool. If you're painting something that's like a unit heavy army, like if you're painting guard or you're painting Kroot or something like that, or even Tyrannid, do you see how cheap Kroot have gotten in 11th?
It's so cool.
130 points for 20.
Look, okay.
It's-
We had that tournament. Remember the guy who, like, I think he got third with the whole Crude army?
Did he? I wasn't here for that.
So there was during one of the 2000-point tournaments, it would have been midway to later half of the school year, so about a couple of months ago.
Would have been the one, like the March one?
I think so.
Because it was one of Dave's tournaments, right?
Yeah, it had to have been.
It'd be the March one. That's the only one I didn't play in.
Okay, then I may be misremembering events, but like either way, one of the events he did, crew player got like second or third place,
Okay.
and it wasn't like not to be rude to anybody because it does take good skill to win. There was no dumb luck involved. Yeah, he clawed his way to the win. It was earned.
Yeah.
That army works really well, and with the point reductions I've seen, it's going to work even better.
Yeah, the only issue is going to be the jail tactics don't work as well because you have to have the 9-inch coherency.
Yeah.
So you're limiting. You can't be like, I'm going to daisy chain my Kroot, and you can't do anything about it. Like,
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Just to say thank you to the viewer who just donated $100.
Oh, thank you.
To the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. They are listed as anonymous, but thank you anyway.
Thank you so much for your donation.
I have 300 empty bases. Those belong to my Purple Orc army.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah. So I started painting Kroot, and it's a combination of Kroot are like they're a Kroot army is like they're less than $1 per point or something. So it's like
It is one of the best cost. I'm glad it's not Mechanicus.
They're-
That's terrible.
they're so expensive because like a $60 box of Kroot is only like 65 points. And so you like by the time you get done, it's like Kroot are just like unless you're running a bunch of Rampagers and
which
Lone Spears, you're not getting points out of it. So
I
you have to
guess
like
that's probably why with the Kroot detachment, it's usually a couple of Kroot, but mostly like Tau battle suits just for the extra movement.
where they do the Ox Cadre, but then Auxiliary Cadre got nerfed in the new. It doesn't look as good. Kroot Hunting Pack looks like it might have some play in this edition, just because Kroot got so cheap. But then it's just figuring out what do you pair with it. You probably either want to go with the stuff that buffs your stealth suits, or you want to run. Most people that are running Kroot armies, it's like I'm gonna do Kroot Hunting Pack with 1,200 points of Kroot, and then like 3 Riptides and Twin Lance. And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of annoying. And Twin Lance, I can't wait for it getting nerfed again. I really
I'm
don't like that thing.
if it wasn't for the fact that I've got to build like 3 different Space Wolf lists right now. I'm a Space Wolves player normally. That's my main army, Space Wolves. I play Kroot when I'm not playing Space Wolves. So I'm trying to make the jump to 11th. I've got to paint a bunch of Grey Hunters. I've got all my. I need 5 more Terminators. I need to paint some Grey Hunters, and then there's some people that have been having some luck running the Headhunter, like the all tank list, like the tank task force one, as a 2DP, like the new list that came out with not 500 Worlds, but the other one.
All right. Oh.
No,
I don't know.
Why no love for Tyrannid?
Oh, we love Tyranids. Don't worry. We got a store army full of Tyranids.
Yeah.
It's great. I love playing.
Tyranids are great. Two of the other people so the person who plays Shantara and the person who plays Jacke at our table both play Tyranids. Tyranids are a ton of fun.
I'm about to play a game against Shantara at some point. I believe this week or next.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because I spent like multiple weeks playing nothing but games against the Tyranid Store army. It's like 3 Trigons popping out of bug breaches and just constantly harassing you. It's so much fun. Like
I've got a red terror for her. I just got to get it to her.
nice.
So yeah.
That box was cool with those guard special forces.
Those guards are awesome. I haven't a chance to paint them.
I
One of
love
these.
I love dropping artillery on them. Does that count from KNSO?
I've played a couple practice games against like Shantara's Tyranids, and then I played against Nids once in a tournament, and it was my very first tournament. I was getting just like I had a really tight game against an all armor guard list. My list wasn't optimal. I barely lost. I got beaten by Blood Angels player where I just could not match them in melee with Space Wolves. This was my first tournament, end of a long run. I hadn't won anything. I got up against a guy, and he hadn't won anything either, but it's because he played against 2 really good players who were like ranked nationally. And then he was running the tunneling one where they burrow, and I got wrecked. I lost by like 50 points in that match. That was like the worst I've ever done in a Warhammer match. And he was like the nicest guy and like talked me through like stuff, and like we like worked through stuff, and like but that list was I had no counter to it. He was running a bunch of zoanthropes, and so my whole army was like reactive moves and doing stuff. I just got overwatched constantly, and just like and it's like 6 zoanthropes overwatching into a bunch of blood claws, and they just get
Was it
wasted.
infantry 2 up?
Yeah, and so
So
like
awesome.
yeah, everything I had was infantry, so I just got smoked.
Oh yeah. Oh. Do you want me to read out comments?
Sure, if you want to.
From Magic Sandwich. I have yet to get into Warhammer Tabletop, but I do want to. And as a Zerg player in SC2, it feels very much up my alley.
They're fun. They've got a couple different play styles that are fun. I also played against. There's different kinds of lists in Warhammer where you build lists that are like this is a solo tournament list, or like if you're playing in teams, you build very different lists. So one of the tournaments I went to, there's a group of people there who were practicing for teams events. They all had teams lists, and so they're built for one specific purpose. So I ran up against a Tyranid player who was running Crusher Stampede with all like giant monsters. So he had 2 of the Norn assimilators and like all the big things, and I could not move them.
But he was relying on like his teammate to score objectives that game?
Well, no, so in a team tournament, like when you're playing Team Warhammer, it's you have like 5 to 8 people. They each have a unique list, and then you draw matchups, like you draft matchups against each other. And so you're building a Crusher stand. Like most of your team's lists are skew lists, where you're like, I'm gonna be super tough and set on objectives. And now with dispositions, you can be like, I'm gonna be a super tough take and hold and set on objectives, and they can't do anything about it.
Real quick, from Magic Sandwich, would you say Kill Team would be easier to get into and start over full 40k? Okay, this is a question that's brought up many times. As far as movement goes, Kill Team is good for teaching. It at least teaches you how to move and how to think about the game. However, I mean, I guess you also have like the abilities for command points. That'll teach you for 40k. However, it plays very differently as like an operator game as compared to a game based off of squads.
Yeah, it's a skirmish game, so each of your miniatures is their own unit. It used to be like
It's also there's so many more activations that you just have so many extra things you need to think about.
yeah.
40k is a lot more streamlined. I would heavily advise if you're going to get into 40k, play Combat Patrol or like.
Is Combat Patrol still supported in 11th? Because I think it's in the weird since weird like we're rolling over. Today was the start of 11th edition of Warhammer, and so we're kind of in limbo with some of the game modes. Like Combat Patrol's in limbo right now. They don't know what's gonna happen with it. They're still selling Combat Patrol boxes.
Well,
kind of.
Combat Patrol has been successful enough that odds are they're going to find some way to keep it.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a good way to get a discount on miniatures too.
yeah.
Just a second to interrupt. We just got a $50 donation
Hey,
Thank you so
thanks.
much.
But Kill Team, while it is not my personal choice of a 40k game, I do believe it's a good game. And for certain aspects like movements and shoot, I should be blanking on that word.
Activations,
Not activations.
abilities.
Your abilities.
Yeah, what do they call that? I don't know. From a painting standpoint, Kill Team is way easier to get to than Big 40k.
It's also less daunting.
Yeah, because I will say when I started army painting and I was like, I'm trying to paint 2,000 points of Space Wolves as quickly as possible. It was daunting. It was a lot of work to paint that much. You get to a point where you burn out and you're like, I don't want to paint the same color anymore. And so when Age of Sigmar 4th edition came out and they started releasing the Spearhead boxes, I got a Spearhead box. I got the Skaven Spearhead box, and then it's like, maybe 20 miniatures. Most of them are fairly unique. And it was just really fun and quick to paint that small amount of stuff. And like, it used to be Warcry was like the way to get into tabletop gaming. Warcry was such a good game.
And the terrain's so good too.
We've got all the terrain in the cabinet. I've got part of my terrain over here in the cabinet. And like, Warcry was like the fantasy version of Kill Team. It was amazing. The game's no longer supported, but the miniatures were awesome. The gameplay was amazing. I would say if you want to try something like Kill Team, there's probably a Kill Team scene at whatever your home game store is. If it's here at Challenges, there are people here that play Kill Teams.
Challenges has about 20 people who meet once a month to do it. And they have their whole tournaments, and it's actually really nice to see them play.
And there's almost always if you get and talk to a store and get to their Discord, there's gonna be people who want to teach a game. Or if you want to go straight into 40k, here at Challenges, we have people playing 500 point 40k, we have people playing 1,000 point 40k. And then we have people going up to like the full 2,000 point games of 40k. So you're able to find games that are more your speed. What we haven't had at Challenges, and I would love to see, is like an escalation league, where, especially with the start of 11th, where it's like we're starting a league, everyone's got X amount of points to start with, like 500 points or 1,000 points, and then every couple weeks you run around and you up the points.
We were looking at doing Crusade like that.
Crusades do that too, but I've been at when 10th came out. There was a game store that opened back in my hometown right after it opened, like 2 weeks after I left. They did an escalation league, and so you got points towards the league for painting every squad you painted. You got points, and so it was like you got points for participation, you got points for painting your squads, and so by the end of it, the goal was to have everyone in the league have a fully painted 2,000 point army.
Yeah, I guess for a Magic Sandwich, I guess for me, would be the price of entry into the game and not being a great painter. I'm gonna be
Price of entry is probably is way less for Kill Team.
Diggin'?
The price of entry for Kill Team is way less. Like a Kill Team squad's like $60 to $80 for one Kill Team squad.
So if it's in the Kill Team box, it's $80, 70 to 80.
Mm-hmm.
Still price of entry way lower.
Yeah.
Because you're not buying like a $60 set times whatever to build an army.
Because Warhammer, even if you're doing like 500 points of Warhammer, you're going to end up spending a couple $100 to get there. Unless you're buying a couple, like even if you're buying big stuff.
I mean, like the
You can get
cheapest
there
army you can possibly run in 40k is like all big knights.
Just one big knight for 500 points, and you're good.
Even then, they only make for like 300.
Well, get a big knight, and then like an Inquisitor squad, and you're done.
Yeah.
$250. It's yeah. I don't know.
Still don't think that counts though.
Yeah, well,
it will teach you to play.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the escalation games seem like I ran one with like the group of friends I was playing with in Oregon before it came out here. The escalation league, we were playing one-page rules. So we started with their skirmish game, which was more like Kill Team, and then we played, and as we went, everyone gained more points to use, and so we made our armies bigger and bigger. We've tried running campaigns like that here that were what are they called, the narrative campaigns in Warhammer? Crusade. Yeah, we tried running Crusade. We've had a couple Crusade games here, at challenges that have done that. So there's that as well.
Don't you? Aren't you in the Crusades that Constantinus is trying to run? Or the various disparate games.
I'm in some of. I haven't actually played any of them. I'm in the Discord for them. I don't know. I really like the 2,000 point games. And like before, when I didn't have a 2,000 point army, I was all for like playing the smaller games and figuring things out. Now that I have a 2,000 point army and I've got like probably 4,000 points of Space Wolves, I kind of like to. I want to play the bigger games. I want to focus on like getting more competitive Warhammer. So I haven't really played as much. I'll probably start small again in 11th just to get used to the rules. But I haven't really played. The other issue is a lot of the small games, like 500 point games or 1,000 point games, they put limits on the amount of like heroes, like named heroes you can take. And as a Space Wolves player, that's like literally all we have, and so it kind of hamstrings the list when like you can't take named characters.
Actually, that's one of the things that KNSOs was touching on. Was like in the comments, he just put had a rule where everyone had one hero unit that gained new skills based on win or loss. Was that just, if you're still here? Was that a named character that was allowed, or epic hero? Like, was there any cutoff for that?
Probably if it's Crusade, it wouldn't be an epic. It'd be a character that you'd gain. Oh yes.
Okay. Cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Imperial agents could actually play, although they just kind of got snuffed out this edition.
Yeah, agents are getting it rough. I was really expecting agents to get a bunch of 1 DP detachments you could add into any Imperial list.
Oh, either a named one or your own named guy.
That's
cool.
Nice.
Actually, I would abuse that.
Yeah, that's why the problem is you can't have nice things. People like the minute it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you make rules that are like, this will make it so that someone's not bringing something big and wrecking people, and you're like, well,
No.
if someone still wants to abuse it, like it doesn't matter how careful the rules are, someone could still show up with a repulsor and a bunch of what are they called? Victrix, yeah.
Awful.
They now cost more points for stuff, so it's like, let's go. They're
hold
finally
on.
they're paying for their sins finally.
Victory squads are run in 3s to 6, and you have like a character like Marnius Calgar or Kato with them.
Yeah.
And Marnius takes up 2 slots in a vehicle. Normal Victrix take 1 slot.
Well, but not when he was. Oh, did he? Gravis would still take 2 spots.
Yeah, but like now I think you're stuck with like Kato.
Well, you don't put them in the repulsor. Because like in a 500 point game or 1,000 point game, if you show up with the 6 Victrix guard with the 2 things in it, old Calgar, the repulsor, and then a scout squad, people can't. And a squad of intercessors, people can't move that.
No, I was thinking of like you could throw in an impulsor and just have like the
Kato's big murder bus. Yeah,
the impulsor's not going to stick around.
Oh man, I played it. I played a tournament like the week after Victrix Guard went legal when they were still cheap, and like it was brutal. Like, and most of the people there were like that were running them were like, yeah, these are gonna get nerfed, but it was so brutal. Like I couldn't move them, I couldn't kill them. I had a Victrix Guard player where everyone was like, you just gotta plan and know how to deal with it. And so like coming in, like I paired into this guy, and it was like the big thing when all these people online are like, just plan and know how to deal with it, and they're like, what you should do is run sisters with a bunch of Melta, and you're like, planning for how to deal with Victrix Guard is different than just running a different army.
Oh wait, hold on.
How to be an infantry?
He's got more stuff on that, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
KNS News says it had to be an infantry-based HQ or a unique unit. He used a Castellan Creed as his, which I played Dawn before Creed is based. Second off, that's just cool in general.
Yeah, and so I had this brilliant idea that I would lure this guy's Victrix Guard into a trap. And so I'd like designed how I was gonna do it and like corner them in one half of the board, like a quarter of the board, and like because he had multiple squads, and I finally isolated the weaker of the two and was like, here we go. And then he picked up my Wolf Scouts, a 5-man block of Wolfgang Guard Terminators with Logan, all of my head takers and half of my wolfen
Huh. Exciting.
because he shot the scouts, and then something he did caused like I moved. He got to react and move closer to me, so he charged the Terminators, picked up the Terminators. I charged him with everything I had, and it took everything to kill him. But then he fought on death and killed 1.5 the squads that killed him. So his one little Victrix Guard unit picked up like 650 points of my army or 700 points of my army.
I'm just going to interject. No clue what any of you people are talking about.
Warhammer. The people in the chat get it.
Hey, look, they like it. People like
This is the
it.
most
Go
active
for it.
chat we got.
Keep it up.
If you're wanting to get into Warhammer, this is the time to do it. When a new edition comes out, this is the time because there's going to be leagues, people learning how to play, people wanting to play.
Oh, also, do you mind if I do a disclaimer on that whole kill team argument earlier?
Yeah, go for it.
So, one minor issue with kill team is that when Games Workshop releases them, whatever kill team they release is gonna be broken for a good minute.
Yeah, because they want you
And
to
then
buy it.
they'll nerf them the instant the next set is gonna come out. So there's very obvious meta.
Yeah.
KNS So says another thing on his campaign. Fourth game of that campaign, I lost 2 whole squads of veterans to a bad scatter die from. Oh, this is old Hammer. Hold
Yeah.
on. From grab shoots insertion from the Valks. Wait, as in like Valkyrians? Oh, 6 then. Hold on.
Nice.
Beats my time. I don't think I was even born. See, when was 6?
Thank you, Lord Gramus. We're currently just painting miniatures and hanging out until we get to. We'll have a D&D game kicking off probably between 9:30 and 10 tonight. We've got like 4 different one shots happening. We've got our first one's a heist that's connected to our regular 7th Age of Ascelia campaign.
We've got 3 one-shots and then my game.
Yeah, 3 one shots and then a regular game for our campaign that we play normally. So we've got a heist, which is a one shot. We're going to be playing a bunch of bandits trying to steal some goods that were purchased by the party on the black market. We'll have a we're going to have a special one shot. It'll be a high level game of D&D. We'll called the Witching Hour, where we're all playing a bunch of witches. I am so looking forward to my character. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I don't want to spoil it. And then sometime early in the morning tomorrow, we're gonna be playing a one shot of we'll be playing a one shot from Neon Odyssey. We'll be playing their test one shot, Asteroid Duet. And then tomorrow afternoon or a regular time from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. we'll be playing our 7th Age of Ascelia campaign.
Comic from Magic Sandwich. I see that the 11th edition has a starter box that has some Blood Angels and Orcs. Would that be a good entry army? And what is the average point level for those?
So good question. I don't know how many points are in the box.
I don't know off the top of my head. I can search it up. However,
so your speeder's 90, the Gravis dudes are 70. Your characters are all going to be in the 70 to 90 range for you're looking at like 250. I mean, you're probably in the 600 to 700 points in that box each way. I will say with the Space Marine half is their Blood Angels on the box, and all of those are units that the Blood Angels would like to run, and a lot of them are better in Blood Angels, but they're not. You can run them as any Space Marine chapter. You can run them as Blood Angels. You can run them as Ultramarines. You can run them. I'm gonna get a box and paint them as Space Wolves. I'll have to cut off some stuff that I don't want on there, but I'll run them as Space Wolves.
KNS Soze says, the #1 rule is always follow the rule of cool. Choose the army you like the most and build on that.
Yep.
objectively true.
If you're
Top Legion for the win.
there's a couple different like things to think about when you're picking your army for Warhammer. You could think about their play styles. If there's a specific, like if you're going to be playing a lot and there's a specific play style that you want to play, find an army that fits that play style. If you want to play just a really grindy melee army, World Eaters and Blood Angels are great. Space Wolves are a melee army. They're a little bit more of a tanky army. If you want someone who's going to do a lot of sitting back and shooting. You can play Tau. If you want to play something that's more technical, you could play Eldar. If you're doing this more from a hobby and you're just really interested in like painting the miniatures and having something to do, pick an army that you're going to enjoy painting a lot of, because you'll be doing a lot of painting. Those are the two big things. Pick an army you want to paint. Pick an army that has a play style that you enjoy. Especially for your first army, don't go out and pick something that's good in the meta, just because that's going to change. It's bound to change. It changes constantly. So sometimes things are up and your army is really strong. Sometimes things are down and your army's not. Like Space Wolves are in a bad spot. Tanks are fun. Guard tanks are usually a pretty good list to run. You can also run Space Marine tanks in like the Headhunter Task Force.
The Headhunter Task Force makes one of them a character.
3 of them characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to read
You get to pick 3 of them as characters. But the big thing is you run it and then you get like, you go with a couple of Vindicators as characters, or 1 Vindicator as a character. You run 2 Repulsors, Executioners as characters. But then
be like one of the heavy tanks?
that just can't be a walker.
Okay.
But you run those, and then as Space Wolves, you have the special Tech Priests that give you rapid fire. So you've got these characters that can do all this crazy stuff, and then you're putting rapid fire on those things, and you're just like out there wrecking stuff. So there's a list that's been floating around that I want to do, but I'm not a tank heavy person. So I'm short a Repulsor Executioner, 2 Vindicators, and then 2 Gladiators because they're not Lancers. And so it's like I'd have to pick up like 6 more tanks.
I mean, I think you've seen my heresy stuff, so you know I am.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm slowly gonna start picking up tanks. I need to get a few more. Tanks are fun to paint. I typically when I'm painting tanks, I paint them with sponges. I use nickel sponges. Bane blades. Yeah.
Bane blades are so hard to run, though.
They're so big.
Just because, like, you can't get them into like past the building.
Yeah. I haven't played much on the new terrain layout, so I have no idea how they're gonna go.
I
But
got no input.
I need to get a game in. I want to at some point.
Also, if you like tanks and you want to get into Space Marines, you could join in and play Heresy with us too. Because like I run my Heresy list, I also run in 40k just using Legends data sheets. Because I don't care about tournaments, I just want to get a fun game in. So like, if that's what you're into, I think most of our players are pretty cool with that. At least my experience.
Yeah, you want to just like find a group that's playing what you want to play. Like if you want to play, before no rules really nerfed my using play style. Let's run 3 vendettas.
While you're doing this, I'm just going to break in for a second.
Go for it.
Don't forget, guys, this 24-hour charity stream is to support Challenges Games and Comics. They are a wonderful gaming store that all of us really love, and they really do a lot for the community. And unfortunately, for those who haven't heard, they're getting screwed over by a corporation. With no warning, they were given 30 days to close their business up. Literally the same night they found out they had won Business of the Month from the city. It is one of the largest Black-owned game stores on the East Coast. It has been a staple of the Tucker, Atlanta, kind of DeKalb, Decatur area for about 30 years. It's run by Tony Cade. If you want to know more, you can look online. Just look for Challenges Games and Comics. Not only do they sell stuff online, but you can also find different things for the news articles that have been run about them. We've recently appeared on Channel 2 Action News, Channel 11, Fox 5, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and a lot more that's been supporting them. We have a GoFundMe. If you look up on Google, Help Challenges Games, you can find the GoFundMe there. I'm going to post a link here in just a minute, or if you can go ahead and post one.
How do we
to
the GoFundMe?
the GoFundMe is posted at the top of the chat, so copy and paste it.
Yeah.
Is there a way to pin that comment so it doesn't like?
Yes, there is.
I have no clue.
It is now pinned.
Sweet. So there's a pinned comment now that is a link to Challenges GoFundMe that we're using to help the game store move from their current location in the North Lake Mall to wherever they end up moving next.
Yep. So that's what this charity stream's all about, trying to help them out. Later on tonight, as they mentioned, we'll have other shows. And I'm going to let them get back to talk about Warhammer because I know nothing about this.
Actually, I want to touch on Parker. I wasn't around for this, so you may have been.
Yep.
KNS News talking about his old Elysian playstyle. He used to run 3 Vendettas, Scout Gunship, and Grab Shoot Troopers.
I didn't start playing till 10th edition, so I have no idea.
Same here.
Did you
Yeah.
read off Lord Gramus's comment?
Oh, no, I did not. You give me some Drakenlord vibes.
What is Drakenlord?
I looked it up. It looks like a German YouTuber.
Oh, neat. I don't know.
I can pull it up.
Me?
I'm
I'm definitely not a German YouTuber.
I'm guessing you. I don't know what he did. It's all in German. I can't read it.
Soze says the Flyers went into artifact status. Can only one run in a formation now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That does suck.
And for those of you wondering who we are, I am Henry Walsh. I am the host of Ascelia 7th Age. That's the kind of the YouTube channel here. The person painting currently is Iestyn.
Well,
And-
I'm Parker. I play Iestyn.
Well, I don't know if like you want me to.
I'm fine using my first name on stream. I've used it a couple times already.
And then the other person you're hearing is Nate, our technical guy. We are the first shift for this 24-hour live stream, and I kind of like the vibe we've got going on, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna say this is better than gaming. Like, this is just me. Like, we have our own little BS session. There will be games later, but thank you all. Thank you, Lord Gramus, for coming. It means the world to us to have more people and more interaction with the chat. And if you can, share the live stream. Get more people in here so we can talk. The idea behind the live stream, can they hear me?
Yeah, seems like it.
The idea behind the live stream is, again, to try to save challenges, games, and comics.
It's kind of low, but
Well, I mean, I'm kind of sitting over here. So.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, and if you want to see me play an absolutely unhinged kitchen witch, hang out for that session, which will be like 1 a.m. Eastern. It's gonna be epic.
so they can hear fine.
Yeah, they can hear you.
They said they can hear fine. Okay.
It's gonna be epic. I got permission to play a really unhinged character, so just be ready to go.
Is the initials of your basis GR?
No, oh no.
See, I wanted to do that. They told me no.
Okay, I already claimed it. I'd already taken the kitchen, which I was like, I want that. No, this is gonna be. Oh man, I was like, I'm either gonna. I know what I want to do, but like coming into it, I was like, I'm either gonna run it as like, a heavy smoking short order cook, and that's what I'm gonna do with it, or I was like, I'm gonna do it Julia Childs, and then I ended up I'm gonna do the short order cook. It'll be great. Yeah, really looking forward to that. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
I'm going in blind. I have no idea what I'm playing.
Nice.
I'm doing a druid. I know that much. I've been sent cheap. I haven't looked over. It's probably because I'm a terrible player.
I glanced over mine, and it's like I've got chef and inspiring leader, so it's like every time I get a rest, I get to say something crazy, and it's like, here we go.
I have a PDF of mine, so I'm gonna look over it now. Oh, that's a lot of text.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
I've never played this high in 5.5 or 5e. Like, I run games. I don't play them.
I think this is in 5.
Yeah, no, this is 5.5.
This is 5.5? Okay,
think.
nice.
I think.
I think my subclass, some of the subclasses she had were 5, unless she just posted the wrong name in the chat. I don't know if we're 5 or 5.5 to ask.
Now I got no idea what's going on.
Yeah, D&D now. We changed topics really fast. Yeah, thank you so much for being in the stream and hanging out with us. As Henry said, we're going to be taking a couple different shifts throughout the stream. We'll have a couple different people DMing. Henry will be DMing. We'll have a guest DM. I'll be DMing a game or GMing a game later on in the night. And then some of us are going to be, people will be coming and going. I'm going to be here for the long haul. You'll see me here throughout the entire stream. Well, you probably won't see me. I'll be off camera most of the time, but
Real quick, take a look at this. This was me trying to prime with metallics the other day when it was really
Ooh.
muggy outside.
ooh,
Yeah.
it's just been the humanity's been so bad.
Yeah, I jumped the gun.
I've been gambling a couple times and I've gotten lucky where like I was like, I'm gonna prime some stuff, and then like waited and it didn't peel or mess up. I was like, let's go. But I have definitely not. I haven't been painting any Warhammer stuff. Like I've been prepping stuff for this, so it was like worst case scenario. If it got a little bad, it wasn't like new stuff. I also was like, there was part of me coming into the stream that was like, what if? Because I knew I was going to be on painting every once in a while. I was like, what if we buy an 11th edition box and like paint it in 24 hours?
I mean, that'd
Like,
be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool. But then it
tough,
was, it's doable.
Oh, just the Space Marine bit or like the orcs too?
I mean, I feel like if we're going to commit to it, we got to do all of it.
I do the orcs for you. I've never gotten to paint them.
Yeah. Are we? Oh, we're still good. Okay.
Yeah, I've been checking.
It's just weird because there's a little bit of a lag, and so I'll be like looking, and like I'll look up, and then I won't move, and I'm like, oh.
Nah, that's just our Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah.
It does that for me too.
I don't understand this character sheet. I'm gonna suck.
It's just all vibes.
I don't want to like Kenneth Sows, if you're still here, since you're at this point, we can just go ahead and call you Warhammer veteran since you played during 60. I want to hear more about this because this is interesting with your Elysian army. Sorry, I apologize for interjecting, but like
No, go for it.
I'm kind of hooked on that one. That's what I wanted to run originally. Then I realized I couldn't do that. I tried running Steel Legion, got bored of doing that. And
Is a Legion guard?
yeah, so
Okay.
the Steel Legion is from Armageddon. That
Yeah.
was Yarg troops. Well, not just his, but the governor was kind of messing around too much, so he. Oh. Hear more about those. Would need to hear question again. Only caught me in half. No question. I just want like what was it like running Elysians? Like how did that play? I wanted to run it at one point and I realized I couldn't really do it cheaply with Scions. So I'm just curious in general. But the Steel Legion is just guardsmen. It's effectively like take German blitzkrieg and I believe it's some maybe Soviet aesthetic. I'd have to ask Cayman to know where its origins come from, but it's really cool with the skull gas masks.
Yeah.
Conzors.
How many viewers do you have on YouTube?
YouTube? Question.
2 watching on YouTube, 9 on Twitch.
It's 11. That's not bad.
Well, it's also on Tony's X account.
Didn't know you had an account.
Hold on. From KNS News. The playstyle was so fun. I never got to get the actually Forge World. The Forge World Force. So I played with the rules. Was very fast paced, hit and run force. Could hold ground sometimes, but Cayman would shred me with his Dark Eldar sometimes.
Yeah, Dark Eldar can be pretty scary.
I actually think I played against Dark Eldar.
I haven't played against them. I've just watched them being played before. And they're like, they move quick. They hit really hard. They're really good at killing infantry from what I've seen.
Yeah, hence why my paratroopers didn't fare so well. Yeah, that's fair.
I can feel my diabetes killing me slowly.
Have fun with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the cure machine.
Yep, go for it. I've got the gallons of water there in case we need the water.
Yep. That's what I'm about to do it with. Once I find out your opening slot, there we go. And we're about to find out if these Curie pots are actually good still.
Hey, KNSOs, when you were running it, do you have any like ground vehicles to make transportation easier once you dropped them, or was it not as bad as Grey Knights with the psychic flames or psychic flamers? Entire formation's gone in one.
Yeah, that would do it. Especially now with the way they teleport around the board.
Yeah, uppy downies gets kind of problematic.
There's also another army I have not played, but there was one in the like when I played in Kylie's league. There was a Grey Knight army in the league.
I played against Grey Knights once, but it was really Terminator heavy and focused around. I think it was like 2 Land Raiders transporting a bunch of stuff around.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
like, Grey Knight Terminators deep striking in, Grey Knight Infantry getting onto objectives quickly. Like, playing Custodians at that point in time, I didn't have a good answer for it. Because this
Yeah.
was well before the Plastic Kids came out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. And Custodians, like, you move so slow. Like, having something teleport on the board just avoid you.
It was right after Lines of the Emperor came in and you had easy uppy downies. But, like, even then, you gotta wait a whole turn to get something.
Yeah.
2 turns to get something anywhere. From KNS News, vehicles just couldn't fit with the 3 flyers on the board. Fit some artillery on board to give them arty support. Maybe 1 or 2 chimeras if I could fit them. Okay. But no flamers from like a Hellhound or anything? Actually. So 3 Vendettas, the scout gunship, and then all your parachute troops. Hellhound sometimes was rare, or depending on mission rules.
Mm.
I really wish I could have played during this time, just because like the game had so much character back then.
Yeah.
I understand it was kind of broken. I mean, pay to win Krieg, but that's Cayman's biggest talking point. But like, or one of them. Like, I really wish I could have been there to see that.
It sounds like there's some really broken stuff you could do.
Oh no, I don't disagree. Krieg with the Forge World kits. Cayman would explain it better. I'm just going off of what I remember him saying. It was like 2 artillery pieces in 1 unit, but they hit really hard and they're real cheap. So you could just buy, like, if you bought Krieg, their rules were so broken you could win almost any game.
Yeah.
And there was like the expanded. That was back in the day of cheap 50-man conscript squads. Put them in a squad attached to a commissar with a power fist, with how they look out. Sir. Rules. Sorry, I'm struggling to read right now. Rules work that was 1 model with 50 extra women. Jeez. So the way that worked was like the Commissar had 50. The Commissar had 1 wound back then, before the whole buffing, and then effectively treated like 50 extra wounds for him with the.
Because your squad would just take bullets for him.
Yeah. 50 bloodborne. That's kind of messed up. Could you like throw multiple of those into 1 arm? Like, was there a limit to this? And then how many points would that be? Yeah, from KNSO's, yeah, but each dude could make a lookout sir roll. If successful, he took the wound for it. Oh, so it's like Mr. President, get down.
Yeah.
The conscripts were 1 point each.
Oh man, yeah.
We are getting chastised by Ashlyn
Oh.
for not reading her post or remembering what she said.
Oh wait, she said something.
What was it?
Oh wait, where?
No, in the Discord.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, I was
Wait.
like, I said.
Was there post in the chat originally?
No, I said, I said, can anyone bring creamer and or sugar? We are so unprepared.
Oh, she said she's bringing creamer.
Yeah, she says, do you all read these posts? I have coffee creamer. You
Yes.
all are killing me. And I'm like, sorry. I am juggling like 50 things and have a crappy memory.
I read it, so I didn't bring any.
She should be here around 9:30. They asked like how they get in. I don't think they know where the back of the store is. So
Just tell me to open the door and I'll go do it for them.
yeah. When they get here, we'll send you for them.
And I've been told I need to speak up.
Oh.
So I'm getting close. Do you want to trade chairs?
No, I'm comfortable on this one. I can move over so you can jump on the screen if you want to.
No, I'm good. I'll pass on that.
Okay.
Really? I haven't taken a look at him.
I think
You good if I watch
he's
that?
actually still here.
Yeah, he should be. I think he's the one who put it in the chat. Yeah, no, it's the YouTube one. I think it's him. So this is really cool. Was that you or Nate who did the night from the farm town with the little windmill on his?
That's mine.
'Cause that's really detailed.
Yeah. It's the same miniature.
Okay.
That's the Iestyn miniature, and it's actually a Dutch Bros logo.
I have to say, that one's probably my favorite just because of the shading and detail.
Wait,
Yeah.
Did you put a Dutch Bros logo on your Warhammer guy?
No, Iestyn's shield's the Dutch Bros logo.
Yeah, I can pass it to you.
The original Iestyn shield, when I was like, what am I gonna put in
Yeah,
my
there you
paladin
go.
shield? Okay, so if you watch the
Oh my
stream,
God.
Iestyn has a blue windmill on his shield, and it's because I'm from Oregon. I moved out here. We didn't have Dutch Bros here, and I was like, I need Dutch
Oh,
Bros.
it's right here.
There we go.
Yeah, because this one.
I was like, I need Dutch Bros, and so I put a Dutch Bros logo on Iestyn's shield. I was like, this is great. And then like
It's got a bit
a couple months later,
Yeah.
we got Dutch Bros here.
Really want to see it? The Twitch one's probably a better option. Or
Yeah. No, I was just gonna keep it up so I could look.
OBS is right here. If you really
No,
want
I
to.
just wanted to see the chats. Because I talk louder than the rest of you.
Yeah.
I actually project, almost like I've acted on stage or something. Or I was a teacher who gave lectures every day.
I don't envy that job.
I love that job. I loved my kids. I miss my kids. I had fun. I had a really good class. They were really, really great. They actually enjoyed my class. You know, they one time got me in trouble by creating a fan club to me. I kid you not. So like, yeah, no. Non sequitur. So yeah, I was teaching, and I got called into the principal's office, and I actually didn't work for the high school. I worked for the college, but I was teaching high school students, so I was at the high school. I got called into the principal's office. Now, I don't care how old you are. That is a scary thing. Like, my butt puckered when I walked in because I was like, I'm in trouble. And they were like, have you been having contact with your students outside of the school? And I'm like, no. It has come to our attention that you're in a Facebook group with your students. And I'm like, Facebook has groups? And they were like, explain this. And they like bring up like a Facebook group that was named Walsh Students and Alumni. And I look at it, I'm like, this is cool. They were like, this is not permitted. And then I was like, well, dudes, I'm not part of this. Look at the member list. And so I had to show them I had nothing to do with it. My students created like a fan club to me, and it was great. I occasionally will still get like little mentions on it. So when I love my kids. My kids like me. I enjoyed that job. I hated the bureaucracy. Like, that's why I can't teach anymore. I could not do the bureaucracy. They had, I'm like, I don't do well with rules. I'm bad with rules. I'm too go with the flow, and I'm too chaotic. My students, pound for pound, did better than any other students. They had great grades. They did great on all their stuff. They performed really well, but I didn't follow the lesson plan. And then it came time to put in grades. They had really weird ways to put in grades, and I didn't like doing it. And if I don't like doing something, I'm not going to do it because I'm kind of scatterbrained like that. And so I kept putting off like my grades until the last minute because I hated entering them because they had a really dumb like system. Like it wasn't just putting their grades. I had to juggle between two different systems because the high school and the college, and it was really stupid. And so like I couldn't take it. And then like they basically said, you know, we're closing classes. Who wants to take one for the team? And I was like, boom, let me out. So that's how I stopped being a teacher. I'm going to turn you back to the Warhammer people now, guys. I'm done talking. So back to you, Warhammer people.
Yeah, aren't you running like the games tonight?
No, I actually am not tonight, but I am running half the games. Yes.
Okay. Have fun with that.
Well, I'm running
Did a
I'm running
heist?
the heist, and I'm running 7th Age of Ascelia tomorrow.
Oh, I'll update the title for the stream for that one because I did update it to. I'll deal with that later.
Don't worry about it.
Parker, if you want to get a game in off to the side, we got like Legion stuff once they're doing stuff. If you got like time to take a break.
I don't think any of us are going to have time to take a break.
No, I think I'm one of the few people that's running like the whole 24 hours.
Well then,
I might have like.
And I forgot both my diabetes meds and my psych meds. I'm not sleeping.
if you need me to go run somewhere, I can probably go.
No. You don't understand. Because of said brain damage, my brain does not produce enough of the chemical that lets you sleep. So as long as
Or not melatonin.
yeah, serotonin, melatonin comes from. Anyway, my brain doesn't produce enough, and so if I don't take my sleep medications, I just don't. I can pull 48 hours. I've done it before. I'll be fine one night. I just can't go like 2 nights without my meds because then we have a problem. Then Henry starts going crazy, and no one wants me to go manic. Well,
like Mad King Henry.
No. So again, I'm talking over everyone, and I'm sorry for this. So I am bipolar by way of brain chemical imbalance due to an accident I was in. And I am bipolar too, and I have manic states and depressive states. Fun fact about manic states when you're bipolar is your body and brain react the same way as if you're taking cocaine. Like, you're awake and I feel amazing, but the problem is I start doing stupid crap because it's basically like being on cocaine. So I start doing I'll like spend money that I really can't afford to spend. I'll think I can do things that I can't. Like, you know, I'll get up and like move around when I'm not supposed to with my bum knee and stuff because I'm not feeling it. And stuff like that. So mania, the problem is it feels great. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it feels amazing. I think I can do anything, and I feel like the greatest person in the world.
Okay, we'll do that to you.
The problem is, and this is actually, it can be addictive. It's actually one of the reasons why people go off their meds. It can be addictive. The problem is the downside is when you crash. Because when you crash, it's like getting instant cocaine withdrawal. It sucks. It sucks hard. So I am very diligent about taking my meds, but going off for one day isn't gonna do anything. I'll be fine. Oh, we have people.
Oh, yeah. I dropped a pic of my guardsman and my favorite Commissar in the hobby corner channel on the Discord. Should I actually link the Discord?
No, I don't think we need to link the store Discord.
Okay.
I think we're good, but we can take a look at it.
I can't pull it up on.
Do you have your phone?
Right here.
Just pull it up on your phone.
I'm gonna probably set and pull. It's probably a bad idea. This is one of the store's computers, so I probably shouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying painting? Yes.
Nice. Oh yeah.
You know it's going to take me a while to train myself to use your real name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
It's gonna be wild when I switch characters tonight and I run a bunch of different names.
Where
That's
is
gonna suck for me.
a hobby corner? Oh.
So those look awesome.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that's Soze, like Kaiser Soze. I could be wrong. You can ask.
Wait, did you try and do like the Flecktarn camo? Like the old I believe it was West German?
He's talking about kind of camo.
I am right.
It is Soze. Okay.
Ah.
Sorry, Soze.
Ha! I win.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Sorry, I've been saying your name wrong. I apologize.
The desert chocolate chip camo is what he called it.
That's because you're young and you don't know who Kaiser Soze is.
What's it from? Did I already forget? Wait, did you already say it?
Just go back to being young.
I'm enjoying it. The
You
last
did
little
not-
bit I got left.
I can still break bones and be fine. It's nice.
We have gotten a $100 donation
Awesome. Thank you so much.
and a $50 donation.
All right, and he is now singing your praise and saying, "Yes, you were right. That's how it's pronounced."
I know, no, that's why I said because
All right, and the original was chocolate chip. Quit doing the white dots, and it ended up looking like a desert camo. It kind of looks like the GWAT era of like the U.S. military, the U.S. Army.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Oh no, I've been seeing that for a little bit. I've been just like on Reddit. I've seen a bunch of people trying to do the Flecktarn for some reason.
by the way, before Tony reams you for it, Kaiser Soze was the character from The Unusual Suspects. Or from The Usual Suspects.
I can check the stream. He's probably already done it.
It's from The Usual Suspects. It's a classic movie. If you haven't seen it, you're a Philistine. We're going to get canceled on this stream really damn fast. We're going to have like a Twitch mod send us home early.
Yeah, so this is the Flecktarn camo pattern.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to paint that in a miniature.
No, I've seen a bunch of people do it really well. That's the
YouTube.
yeah, which is I think two people. Oh, one just watching right now. Anyway,
Probably Tony.
yeah, I think he's got it up on the big screen.
Yeah, probably. Apparently, Tony stays here late at night rather frequently.
Yeah, I've noticed it. I mean, I can't blame him. It's a pretty cool place.
I mean, honestly, yo, Tony, if you're watching and you want to come back and just shoot the crap with us,
Yo. If those were all metal models, seriously, like,
yeah.
all
yeah.
right, oh.
Yeah, originally, like, a lot of the models were like pewter.
No, I know. I've got a couple, but like my grandmother threw them out when my old man was done playing Warhammer as a kid. So like, I couldn't get access to most of it. I really wanted to see on like mess around with those. I've gotten to handle a couple of like the old fantasy ones, but other than that,
I've painted one metal model. And actually, I was in metal models. I bought a bunch of old Sky Claws, and they were the plastic Sky Claws, or someone took plastic Blood Claws and put the metal jump packs on them, and so they were top heavy and they tipped over constantly, and it was really annoying. And like the problem is they tip over and then chip the paint off the metal. You have to repaint them, and it was like kind of a pain. But I haven't done a ton of painting metals.
do you like weight the bases at any point?
I didn't, just because the concern was always a lot of my stuff was 3D printed originally, and if you weight the base, it just shatters them if you drop them, because the resin, like especially originally when I was doing it, like the Anycubic resin was really brittle, and so you had to be really careful. And so with Warhammer stuff, depending on your miniatures, probably more or less fine. But yeah, I didn't weight my bases at all.
Oh, got some metal squats and female catechins. Those came in those White Dwarf mags. The way back in the day. Oh, wow.
Hey, what are battle sisters in Warhammer?
Nards
battle?
with guns.
Adeptus
Sororitas.
Sororitas, yeah.
Yeah, so the Sisters of Battle the ecclesiarchy that which is our church that worships the God Emperor. Those are the nuns. They run like the like foster care program, like whatever good programs that actually function in the Imperium are run by the sisters. So like religious schools, not the Schola Virginia, just because that's a separate military college program, effectively, but like they they run like orphanages and a lot of cool stuff.
We should put. You know what we should have done? Like we should have added Warhammer to the
Yeah,
to the thing.
because like this is some pretty cool concept. Like I actually kind of wish we could put that up.
It'd been fun to run a game of 11th and been like, let's go.
You'd have to teach me the rules on the
I
spot.
haven't read them. I've read them partially through them.
I mean, hey, if we do have a lot of hours
It'd be a
that were
3 hour.
not filled. Like,
didn't
if
bring
y'all want to
stuff.
flip that over and like do some Warhammer later, I'm down.
How many
Like,
points of NIDS do we have here?
We have about 2,000 collectively, some old models. I can go and pilfer the front in the dark.
Oh, because we're all out front.
Yeah.
No. We were told not
We
to go
can't
out
do
there.
that, yeah.
Okay.
But Tony's out there right now. You could go pilfer them right now.
All right. Do you want me to?
If you think we'll have time.
Well, I mean, I had like 3 or 4 hours unaccounted for.
We could run like 1,000 points.
6th ed? Oh, we could. I've never even run 6. I've run the rules like quick.
Dude.
Can we add like a category to this?
Dude, I was born in 2009. I have never touched 6th ed.
No.
That would be a world of whimsy for me.
Can you edit this and like add a category?
I can in fact add something on OBS
Add Warhammer.
to it. It'd pretty much just be the top-down camera.
No. I mean, like, we're talking Warhammer. Like, add it here.
Oh.
Oh, to topics. Oh, yeah.
That. Although I think that was the issue with our stream restarting.
We might have to restart the stream just a
We'll see.
split second.
I need the keyboard.
Yeah, we might try and get a game of Warhammer, and we'll see. So that'd be kind of
At the
fun.
very least, we're talking about Warhammer. A big chunk of tonight, after every 4-hour game, we have a full 1 to 2 hours of BS space.
Or we can just sit and
Want
break
me to add
down.
it in the description. Just
Yeah,
Warhammer.
We'll put Warhammer and games. Or if you can put random games, that's fine too. Whatever.
Yeah, we kind of know nothing about 11th either. I've been waiting because I haven't picked up my 11th edition rules yet, and I've like watched a little bit, but I was like, I'll just learn it when I get my rule book. I haven't tried playing yet, but it would be fun to get a quick game of 11th then.
Update title. We'll check in a couple of minutes if that stops it.
I mean, I'll watch it, so I'll see.
It hasn't kicked off my phone yet, so we're good there.
It hasn't shown here yet either.
Are there any questions about painting if you're hanging out and watching us? Like anything you want to know, anything you have questions about that we're doing?
I also need to pull back up Twitch.
We'll probably get like more views from Warhammer players than D&D players.
Might. I mean, once the D&D games get going, it'll be
Oh, look at
awesome.
this.
This is the Dynasty.
That looks kind of cool.
It's so awesome.
Grab a slot. I'll be sleeping. Like, if it's
Yeah.
okay with you, grab a slot.
I'm totally fine with it.
Okay.
I read the guide and it was like for 4 players, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna have to like, I have 3.
So, real quick, Soze says, I stopped playing in 8th after I moved away for work.
Yeah.
That's why I don't stop by the store so much anymore, since I live out of state now. That is a really good reason not
Yeah.
to stop by the store.
That's
It is. It's
also-
probably the
yeah.
best reason.
I don't think we can like. I don't
That's
think we can
hard.
complain about that.
No, that's-
moving away, like it's hard to find a good game store, and then once you have one, moving away is like I have a great game store back home that's like, this is a bummer. Like, I got lucky. I found challenges when I came here.
Are
I
there
mean, so actually,
I'm so glad I
Cobalts
found
over there?
all of them.
there. I found challenges. I was like desperate for someplace to play Warhammer, so I went on I searched online, went on Facebook. I had a car back then, and then
It's
I
not
found
updating.
challenges.
It's not updating over here yet.
Oh, that'll have to be in. That will have to be. Oh, I misunderstood. Give me a second.
And I found challenges online.
Okay,
When they
hold
were
on, I'm gonna do an alteration, so...
No, he's good to keep talking.
they were still at the old location, but they were closed and moving.
That's just me being an
And
idiot.
so And that mall was being torn down too. So I went to visit Challenges, showed up, and it was like the store was closed, the mall was closing. So then I like dug around online till I found out they're moving here, which is a lot closer to where I live, which is great. And so I just waited till they opened up here, and then I came in. And they've been my game store since.
I mean, this is pretty much other than like one in Athens where my grandparents lives, this is the only game store I go to, and I mean, it's been a really good experience. I just
Raise your voice, Nate. Raise your
Yeah.
project.
Oh yeah,
From the diaphragm.
Yeah.
I can use a command voice, but no one wants me to do that here.
No.
But yeah, find a local game store, support your local game store.
Oh, no, I gotta remember how to do this.
Can't broke the string. There we go.
Greater dashboard.
Still the only game store I'm going to.
Uh,
Yeah, I get it.
From KNS Soze.
Uh-huh.
It's still the only game store I like going to. I have a couple up here, but I'm not a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
That's awful nice. Thanks, man. I bet Tony will be. Tony's listening now, probably. So like, you
Yeah,
probably got that message right to him.
Again, it can be tricky to find a good game store, and so when you find one, you got to hang on to it, which is why we're here doing what we're doing, trying to save this one.
And to go once again, go ahead and just for newcomers to the chat. I don't know how many newcomers we have, because I'm sure people leave and people come. And what's wrong?
No, nothing. It's kind of funny to me. The good job there.
Oh God. All right, so like we're gonna be doing tonight. We'll be doing tonight and tomorrow because this is going till 5 p.m. tomorrow. We're gonna be doing 4 different role-playing games. Apparently, we're gonna try to work in a Warhammer game, and this is more of a celebration of gaming and a celebration of Challenges stream. We're going to have all kinds of other stuff going on tomorrow. I'm looking personally most forward to, aside from my game, I'm looking forward to doing, we're having a segment tomorrow called Shooting the Shit with Cayman, which is going to be all about talking about comic books. And y'all are going to love this because Cayman is hilarious. And we will probably be canceled right after that. I'm surprised I haven't gotten us canceled yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'll go ahead while we've got time. I'm gonna grab the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, go on.
I'll Google how to fix that issue because I don't remember.
That's no big deal. If we can't do it, we can't do it.
It's doable.
I'll grab this chair. Well, I won't be able to. Well, you have a phone. You'll be able to see the chat.
Yeah, that's it.
Ugh. I got my comfy chair. The chair they give me because if not, I have back problems and then I can't run games.
So yeah, for those of you watching, part of the reason why I'm painting the pirates now is we printed them once and used them like briefly in like a one encounter a couple months ago. But the crew from our main campaign, 7th Age of Ascelia, has recently inherited a ship. We're getting ready to go on a big voyage. We're most likely gonna run into pirates. It's a given. There's going to be pirates, and if not pirates, these guys will stand in for sailors and a lot of other stuff along the way. So I'm working on getting these guys all painted up.
I mean, if you want, I can go ahead and tell you some things you might experience. Give the people following a bit of a leg up. Like, for example, there is.
Thanks for hanging out, Soze.
Oh, you're taking off, Soze?
Yeah, so back on later. Talk to you later.
All right, bye, Soze. So now, like, one of the things in Ascelia, I'm not saying you're going to run into this, but one of the things you could run into is the floating city of Zinn.
Oh.
Zinn is a city. It's mostly like wood planks
and nicotine.
Well, Zinn is mostly wooden planks and like wooden bridges, and it's all constructed on a giant pontoon, effectively. That has like all these buildings. It's a city of pirates.
Oh, fun!
It's like pirates. It used to be used in the 6th Age of Ascelia. Zinn was a sky location that was an artificial sky island. It wasn't really an island. It was held off by like basically aetherite fueled balloons and stuff that served as a port for skyships that didn't have the range to make it
Nice.
very far. And so after the skyfall, Zin didn't fall. Zin, because it had its own propulsion system. So, but unfortunately, it did run on aetherite, and aetherite was losing its powers when Ascelia reclaimed the energies. And so Zin floats in the ocean. And it serves as it's a pirate town. It's always been a pirate town.
That'll be fun.
And it gives me the reason to use the pirate voice that I learned how to do from way too many talk like a pirate days. I'll also strip my voice out doing that shit, so.
I'm probably gonna wreck my voice tonight doing my characters.
Real quick, Parker, would you like to run the old Red Terror?
Sure.
Cool.
I'm fine running whatever we got. I've never run Nids before.
We've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So those in the chat, we're gonna try and get a Warhammer game maybe later. We did talk about Tyranids. The store has a Tyranid army, so I will probably be running them because I don't have my army here with me tonight.
And
So you will get to see Nids.
don't forget Imperial Agents, but they don't really exist anymore, so.
Yeah, they don't.
Hey, when you take a break on painting minis,
Mhm.
Can I get you to do me a quick favor?
Sure.
Do you think you could take those orcs and like put color on their bases?
I could put a color brim on them.
Yeah, just a color. It's too hard to identify who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you watching, if I'm assuming we still have people.
Yeah, we.
One of the things that you need to be able to top down tell miniatures apart, or from a distance. So one of the things that we tend to do is when you look at our miniatures.
Are those the ones you made for Dragon Con?
Some of these are. It's a mixture. So we've
Oh,
got
okay.
a Dragon Con. No, that's a Dragon. These are Dragon Cons. This is one of our Akaim, one of the fish.
Oh, these were ones you pulled up from.
Yeah,
over there.
just
Oh,
to show
okay.
different ways
Yeah,
of
yeah,
painting
yeah.
them. So one of the things to do is, if it's something like Cobalt or something like, we had some Sahagin, which are these fish people, you can paint the whole miniature kind of a color. And then that way on the table, it's really easy to be like, Cobalt 1 is red or Cobalt 2 is green. But then for characters, a lot of time, or if it's something like, these were Akaim agents where they're all dark elves, they all look very similar. This one's not a good example because the bases are really dark purple, but what we'll end up doing is giving them all a colored base. And then all of our characters also have colored bases so that when they're on the table, you can be like, this one's orange, that one's, and there's actually Iestyn's over there. Iestyn's got a blue base. And so we tend to all as players have a color associated with our miniatures that we put on the base so that you can tell them apart from just a quick glance. And so one of the things we do with, especially miniatures like these orcs that we have that are pre-painted is that's what Henry was asking is, can I throw a colored rim on these? And I will, I'll paint a color on them just so that on the table we can look and be like red, green, yellow. I don't have any green with me. I didn't bring it because I was.
I'll bring over the other ones because we have a bunch of these to do.
Oh, the metal guys. Yep.
Yeah, we were gifted them from the store because I didn't have minis for my adventure for the heist.
Yep. Yeah, so one of the things when you're painting your miniatures for using them in a game, anything you can do to help you differentiate them on the table besides just painting them, or like, because even if each miniature is a little bit different, you paint them all to be a little bit like these pirates. I'm giving them all like, these are just base colors are going to be brightened up, but they're getting all different colors and they've got different loadouts and they're different guys. They all look unique, but what you'll want to do is by giving them each a different color around the base, you don't have to look and be like, all right, Pirate 1 is peg leg with the hook, and Pirate 2 is sword and tricorn hat. You can look and be like, red, yellow, blue. It's a quick way to be able to differentiate these things on a table.
Some of these has paper that got glued to the.
Oh, it's fine. And so that's something we found that really works to help you keep track of things. At least as for a DM, it makes it easier to keep track of your stuff. If you're doing things like if you watch during Neon Odyssey, I'm using tokens because I didn't have time to make miniatures. And so I've actually, for things where I have multiple copies of like mercenaries or drift gaunts or things, I've got numbers on the tokens. You can actually be like number 1, number 2.
And use your tokens? No.
Yep.
Okay.
The little disc with the printing on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just 3D printed with the filament printer, 3D printed little pucks and then glued the pictures on top of them.
Oh, I gotcha.
Just real quick, because I didn't have time to make miniature. And they're like the group so Adventures Entertainment, the ones who made Neon Odyssey, when they're doing their streaming, they use tokens for almost everything. Like they really like tokens.
I generally I do like tokens too. I think tokens might work better for streaming, but because we play in person,
Yeah,
it's really nice to have the actual mini there.
I'm a miniature person. Like I love 3-dimensional terrain. I love miniatures. Like I love that aspect of it. But I do get like the pirate ship's huge.
Dear God.
I started painting it, and I tried painting it, and it took me an hour to get one level of it primed, and I was like, this is gonna take so long.
I mean, you got plenty of time.
I got plenty of time, but I'm like, this is gonna take.
I should warn you though, you're getting a 6-month time jump soon, so
Yeah, I know. Hopefully it'll be.
I mean, I
ready
figured
to go.
I figured it'd be airbrushing it. Just you'd airbrush it all one color.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm priming it with like a red brown primer, and I'm gonna rattle can it brown, and then we'll airbrush in the base highlights, and then from there it's like what we want to put on it. But just rattle canning because it's so big.
How? I
And
mean,
it's got.
is it really bigger than the table?
I don't know if I have a picture of it completed.
Yeah.
It's not bigger than the table, and it's modular, so we can tear it apart and make it smaller if we need to. But it is. I thought I had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times 3 is 20.
And this feels like, honestly, people just hanging out talking about gaming all night long. I feel like I'm back in high school.
So it is.
I mean, it's pretty much just what I do on Friday night.
Yeah, it is somewhere between 36 and 40 inches long.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
huge.
The pirate ship.
Well, it's not pirate ship. That's
Well,
the
our ship.
Excelsior.
Yeah, the Excelsior. It's huge. It's massive. It took months of printing.
How many Georgia Tech kids do you wrestle for this thing?
Yeah, I got my own printer so I could finish it at home over the summer.
Okay, so to let you guys know, we have to use tech printers. We had to use tech printers for something this big. Tech printers are better because it's cheaper for us. And I keep telling Parker here, whenever he goes to Georgia Tech, and because Georgia Tech students need the printers to do their work. I was a college student at one time. I remember how broke and hungry I was. My solution to getting a printer he has not tried, which is go to Costco, get a rotisserie chicken, chuck it in the room and close the door. The problem will sort itself out. That shit will turn into Lord of the Flies.
I just bought my own printer so I could deal with it. And it's great. Being able to print the stuff just slowly at your own pace is amazing.
I'm just saying, that's how you do it.
Oh, it would work.
It would have worked for me.
Probably if it works in high school too. If we run a game, are Legends units fine?
I'm fine with it.
Are you cool if I do one proxy, like Hellblasters to the flamethrowers?
Oh yeah, I'm not using. I'm using whatever we got. Like I'm fine with it.
Okay. Because I'm like, I realized I built really well into killing Astartes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Like I kind of did a poor job on that one. And because it will happen, if any of the Tyranids fall apart on you, that's not your fault. That's just I'm working on fixing them.
Totally fine.
But, like, it should be about 1900
Okay. Yeah.
that I know of, plus a couple I don't. So I don't.
In case they're all still here, I want to do a quick shout out. I know Soze left, but thank you for following us, KNS Soze. Thank you for following us, Crevenator. Vote Coconut. Yatan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That was 3 hours ago. Badge Killer 12. It's an awesome name. Oh, Bagel Killer 12. I'll kill some bagels. I'm a fat man. Better Boomstick followed 2 hours ago. And we have Invader Vim, who has followed an hour ago. Thank you all for following us. Please chat with us. This is why we're here. we're doing a chatting stream and we're painting and we're talking about stuff and we're trying to raise money to help challenges, games, and comics who have been screwed by Corpo. And it's always nice to screw a Corpo back. I've played way too much Cyberpunk. Now we have non-viewers. 2 of them are us.
And then one of them's Tony.
No, Tony's watching on YouTube.
Oh,
That's the thing. We actually have like 3 different streams going.
nice.
So we've got like YouTube and X and Facebook and
I think just Facebook.
yeah, we've got Facebook and YouTube and Twitch.
Nice.
And we just got another viewer.
Sweet.
Hello, new person. We just saw you drop in. Hi. We're kind of doing a chatting stream right now. We're painting and having fun and talking about general stuff while we gear up for our first role-playing game somewhere between 9:30 and 10 tonight, and that's going to be The Heist. It's a 7th Age of Ascelia side story. So that's what we normally do here. We run 7th Age of Ascelia, which is a Dungeons & Dragons 5.5 game. Vote Coconut says, hearing how big the ship mini is, I can't wait to see it on the table.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I almost drug it in tonight, then it was like too much stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be great.
Isn't like the whole thing modular though?
It is. We can take it all apart, build whatever we want. It's awesome.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, like, because I'm looking at it at this point, going, yeah, I want to have this giant ship. How are enemy pirates gonna like get alongside of you?
It's gonna be hard to be like, oh, we're doing ship to ship stuff with it. Like, it might be better off doing like a drawn out. Part of the reason why it's so big is the system uses 1.5 inch grids, so that the walls don't make it so that miniatures can't fit into 1 inch.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
you always have at least an inch. But if we're doing like actual ship to ship combat, having things drawn out might be easier than having.
Yeah, I'll probably draw out like what I'll do is I'll draw out the enemy pirate ships.
Yeah, if nothing else, it'll just be a fun centerpiece model to be like, check this out, look what we got.
Well, it's gonna be like a mobile. It's gonna be a mobile. It's kind of like your manor house.
Yeah.
It's a mobile fortress.
Yep. And if you're just lurking in the chat, hanging out, a couple of these pirates are gonna get tattoos painted on them. What should I put on them?
Well, before we go that far, we have a question.
Oh, yeah.
From First Time Chatter.
Oh yeah, this is the ship is Dungeon Blocks Endless Pirate Ship. So I backed the Dungeon Blocks. What do they call it? Frontier on My Mini Factory, and then printed out the Dungeon Blocks ship. And I basically did. They have a couple demonstrations of like, this is how you could build a ship, and we built the biggest one. Yeah. But yeah, Dungeon Blocks on My Mini Factory is where we got it.
By the way, chat viewers, if I can ask, am I coming over okay? I'm kind of projecting, but I'm a little bit far away from the mic. Also, is your name... Oh, Cocoa Coffee, thank you. Okay, awesome. Also, Cocoa Coffee, first time chatter, thank you.
Giant Kraken, sweet. I'm using, so at home, I'm using a bamboo, which one is it? The P1S?
Well, when you read comments, it's a good idea to read the comment out loud in case there's people like max screening on their phone. So I'll do it. Wizon says, that's awesome. What printer are you running at home? Yeah, we hear you fine. Thank you.
So I'm running a bamboo P1S printer at home.
And Vote Coconut says, tattoo idea, giant kraken.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do you do like Maori stuff? That'd be really cool.
It would
I
be.
know it's hard, but like
I've done it before.
I'm gonna get my phone over here so I can like do stuff. Also, I need to keep the phone handy for when we have to send Nate out to go bring people inside.
But yeah, the bamboo printers are the one I had.
What?
No, not yet.
So what did I had when like during the pandemic, I had a little like mini cubic photon resin printer, and then I got an Ender 3 when they first came out, and I never got it working properly. It just wasn't something I was good at, like having to constantly do all the leveling and the tuning. And I had a roommate who did a lot of 3D printing. He was using Prussia printers. And so he helped me with it, and we never actually got it working well. And then I got exposed to people using like some of the bamboo like X series printers, and they were amazing. And then a couple friends I have had picked up bamboo, either A1s or P1s, and they were amazing. They're getting great results. And so I got a bamboo P1S this summer, and I've been printing at home. I've been printing terrain. We've printed a couple miniatures. I don't like it as much as the resin printers. I'm running a Frozen Sonic Mighty 4K resin printer for when I'm doing miniatures. And so the miniatures, I use the resin printer. Any sort of terrain features like pillars, the ships. We've got a bunch of buildings for when we go to Chishi that I'm working on. All that's done with the filament printer.
Also, I'd like to say thank you to our latest donation of $50.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for donating to help Challenges Games and Comics, which is why the stream is here. Yixon says bamboo, Eligo, etc. are cruise control for win.
100%. They are like bamboo. I pulled it out of the box, and I was printing with it within a couple hours. Like literally just pulled it out, set it on the thing. It took a little bit to figure out how to get the quick start instructions for bamboo are built around running filament straight into the back of it, and I had an AMS on mine. And so it took a little bit to figure out how to get the setting switch from it just wanting to run from filament in the back to using the AMS properly. And then once I got that going, I put it up on a bench. Once I figured out how to get that setting, it just printed a benchy and it was good to go. And then just immediately started printing terrain. And it's fantastic.
A lot of our terrain that we're using right now is Dwarven Forge, but hopefully we can transition a little bit to, because Dwarven Forge is expensive and my funds are a little messed up, hopefully we can also supplant some with some printed stuff later on.
Yeah, so what I want to try, spoiler alert, I'm gonna throw this out there. The problem is I'm not great at like sculpting stuff. I want to try to make, because I think it should be simple, to design models. So I do CAD work, but not like sculpting. They're different. Like the Dwarven Forge, but then plumb tubing into it, into the terrain. Like have tubing designed in the terrain, so you can run the smoke machine, and have ports on the outside that you plug it into, and it will just literally channel it to where you want smoke to come in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that would be like, because if you printed it right, you could just interchange a couple pieces here and there, and it would plumb smoke to where you want it, instead of having to build things up to run smoke underneath it. Like I think, but I'm gonna have to figure out that kind of.
Huge dono. Thank you so much for donating, John. Did we just get a donation?
We get another donation. Thank you so much, John, for your donation.
I don't see anything.
If you all are in the area, eventually once Challengers gets to the new store and we get the D&D up and running again, the ship will be there. Depending on how much space they have, I don't know how often we'll have it set up, but it will be there if you want to come in and see it. It'll be on the stream in a couple weeks, sometime in July, when we get back to it. So just keep an eye out for it.
I don't see that one yet. It might be delayed. Anyway, regardless, we thank all of our donations, regardless of who they are, for helping us save the Challenges Games and Comics. We're working on it.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, I lost where we were in the conversation.
Where were we? We're talking about plumbing the Dwarven Forge.
Right. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, who didn't see the episode that we have in Challenges Games and Comics, the episode of 7th Age of Ascelia, I own a small portable fog machine. It's only a couple inches wide by a couple inches wide, and so I can put a fog machine into maps to like generate fog for like creepy graveyards, or in this case we had an evil altar, and when the player characters got close to it, fog billowed out from the altar.
real quick, do you want to save this for later, or do you want to see the Red Terror? Because we have the old one. It's kind of cool.
What's on done?
Aislinn says you can probably dump your terrain STL into Fusion 360. It's not too hard to convert it into a mesh, fire tubing through, and then re-export it to an STL. Just don't trip up the inch to millimeter conversion.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like your funny words, Magic Man.
Yeah, you went right over my head there. I'm both a very smart and very dumb person.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that made sense to Parker.
Yeah, it makes sense. I haven't done a lot of work in Fusion 360. I've typically done the problem is a lot of like the stuff I'm doing. I don't do a lot of CAD for like, it's really simple CAD. So like I built the pucks that we have here. I've built bases for things. I've built, research equipment before with it, and so it's I tend to use like the Tinkercad's what I've done most of my work in, which isn't super great, and it has a limit to how much mesh you can put in, so it won't let me do a lot of stuff. So I need to try using something like Fusion 360 or what's the other one that everyone uses? Blender, something like Blender, but like that's a steep learning curve there.
I am still like I'm gonna let you all know that Parker is humble, and he does not hype himself. I have a Pathfinder character in a game I get to be a player in every other Monday, give or take, that I made on Eldritch Foundry. This character, Xan says, I don't mind helping if the outcome is fog, barfing terrain, and Tony's shot.
Thank you. I definitely, when the time comes, I'll take you up on that. If I run into issues, I'll hit you up.
So, every other Monday, I play in a Pathfinder 1E game. We're playing Wrath of the Righteous, and I have a character named Allura. Well, we all decided at the table to randomly roll our character's starting age, height, and weight. Because there are charts for that in Pathfinder. I rolled very low, which isn't bad. It was just weird. So I ended up with a 16-year-old paladin, like adept, apparently, who, when I rolled their height, I rolled a 2 and a 1. Female human in Pathfinder's base starting height is 4 foot 5 inches. With 4 foot 5 inches, with 2d6 added to it. So typically it'd be 10. So you would be winding up with someone who's 5'2", give or take. Or typically 7, so you'd end up with someone who's 5'2". I rolled a 1 and a 2. So my paladin is 4 foot 8. She little, she tiny. I sent the mini to Parker to see if he could print it for me, because I try not to ask Parker to print stuff that's not for the game he plays in, but he is super nice and helps me out so that I get a chance to play too. He took the FTL and did something with it where apparently, like, she, from the way I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, Parker.
I just changed her scale. I just scaled her down.
Yeah, but she was like not connected or not something.
Yeah, I just split her off, I separated her from the base and then scaled her down so that the stuff on the base stayed the right size.
Anyway, it's a real cool little mini of this little paladin whose foot is parked on this giant decapitated demon skull.
That's cool.
It's a really cool mini, but that's like pure custom. And so when Parker says he doesn't do stuff, that's awesome. Like, he doesn't. See, hold up. Where's my bag at?
All of us having seen the work he's done on various different models just for the group and like cooked up in such a short amount of time.
The Sahagins are still like the.
It's really
They're a ton of fun.
The Sahagins, Parker shows up. See, I asked Parker if he could paint the Sahagins a different color. I was expecting just one to be full blue color, no detail, no nothing, just blue. One to be red. That's what I was expecting because I asked him on a Friday. Our game is on a Sunday. He turned in fully painted, shaded, intricate details, freaking individual weapons. Like, no.
Have fun doing it.
And then he was like, oh, this isn't really a great job.
It wasn't. It was a rush job. I do want to, at some point, paint some Terminators for the store army
Oh,
and just like really like paint them up and then be like, there we go, like one really cool squad.
I.
I think it'd be fun.
See if this can.
You know what?
I've got a bunch of I'm a sucker for the new Terminators, like the new 10th edition Terminators. They're amazing, and so like I bought more than I needed. I've got 20 Wolfguard Terminators. I think I've got 15 regular Terminators.
Can they see this?
Is it like a new model? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Kind of. Like yeah. So like the new Terminators that came out in 10th edition, like the big ones, like the new sculpts.
Oh, I was gonna offer you. I have some cataphracti that you could take, but like.
I'm good. I've got like a ton of like I've got like either 15 or 20 of the regular Terminators. I've got 20 Wolfguard Terminators, and I've got 10 of the Assault Terminators. And like the Wolfguard I need, the Assault Terminators I need, but a lot of the regular ones, it's like I'm not gonna be running them that often. Just like I could paint a squad of 5 of them in the store colors or bring them in. Like,
Do you run like for the assault terminators? Do you run the claws, the hammers, the shields?
I have not run them yet, but I don't know how it works in 11th edition, but there was a 10th edition list I never got around to running. That was the what was the name of the detachment? It was the Vanguard Spearhead. So the more like the uppy downy like do stuff detachment, like more like for scouts and phobos, but it gives you cover if they're shooting outside 12 inches. And so because it has the ability to take things off and let them come back on, you just run all Terminators in the list. And so you've got cover, you're talking 4 wounds, invuls, because you run the block with, you do 7 with shields and 3 with lightning claws. That way you have the ability to pick off, a horde if you have to. Like if you get hit by a bunch of like termagants or something, you can use the claws to get through that. And then it's just like, so I don't know how well it'll work with the new cover rules. And the other issue is with the wound allocation thing's weird because it's also like you now have to pay a penalty for shields on Terminators. It's 5 points per shield in your unit.
Oh yeah, because they're bringing back war gear points.
Yeah, for specific things like Terminator shields. So Wolfguard Terminators, you have to choose. Do you want to do how many shields and Stormbolters? So there's people who are like, well, I'm doing a block of 10, and I'm doing the 2, auto cannons because there's no cost for those, and it's cheaper because you're not taking a shield. You're gonna do the Great Axe because it's also cheaper. But then people will be like, well, I need 10 more points in this list, so I'm gonna drop 2 of my Storm Shields for 2 of my for 2 Storm Blasters. But then the issue is when you go to allocate. Oh, Waxon said I tried to drop a story earlier, and I think maybe a character limit hit me. Got to drop and take care of the kids. It was really special to me and my friends growing up. Everyone donate to that GoFundMe. It's a really important community for a lot of people like me 20 years ago. Waxon, thank you so much for being in and hanging out. Yeah, Tony Shop is an amazing place and special to us too, and that's why we're here trying to take care of it. Thanks again for hanging out. Have a great night. The issue is because how wound allocation works, where you break them down into groups based on how many wounds they have and their toughness and their strength, your Stormbolters fall in the same group as your special weapon people. And so if you choose, you can't be like, well, I'm going to take wounds on my Stormbolters and then take wounds on my Storm Shields and then go to my special weapon people. If you choose to take wounds on the Stormbolters, it goes Stormbolters, special weapons, then shields. And so you're going to have to either take wounds on the shields first or... So it gets weird. Like the wound allocation is going to be weird.
Okay.
Like, because the problem is if you take Stormbolters, you have to either hang on to them till the end, or you're risking taking hits on your special characters. It's kind of weird, but like it looks good. From what I'm seeing online, people are having a lot of success with the Terminators. Most people are running Space Wolves as take and hold, which is kind of vanilla and boring.
If we're running 11th Ed, I'm probably gonna have to pick up a bunch of it as we go because like I've read through some of the rules just as they've come out before the official drop, but like it's been very sporadic.
The trick is gonna be like the mission cards. We don't have the deck for it. I don't know where to find that online.
To interrupt, I gotta interrupt for a second. Nate, if in about 6 minutes, Julie should arrive, or Ashlyn should arrive. if you can head out to meet her, she doesn't know where to go to get to.
Right now?
About 3 or 4 minutes because she should be here at 9:16.
Understood. And I need to reset my watch. Okay. To my understanding, as far as like missions go, it's kind of like a drop-down comparison based off of faction detachment.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a chart, but I may be misremembering things.
It's like it's detachment versus detachment based.
We have a message. I tried to drop a story earlier, and I think maybe character limit hit me. Got to drop to take care of kids. The TLDR, this is from Yixon. The TLDR, Tony's Place was really special to me and my friends growing up. Everyone donate to the GoFundMe. It's a really important community for a lot of people like me. God, 20 years ago. Thank you, Ixion. We'll look forward to seeing you again later. You have a good day. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting challenges. We love you guys. We're glad you could come by, and we're glad that you could stay with us for a while as we descended into insanity here on this stream.
We're just starting.
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna get better before it gets. This is gonna get worse before it gets better.
The problem's gonna be when we go to fight a dragon tomorrow afternoon, and be
Everyone's
like,
gonna be like giggly tired.
and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna run in and smite it. But then we're
That's
like,
like work. I mean,
Leroy.
I mean,
Jenkins.
you've seen the math. I've showed you the math.
yeah.
It might if I roll a natural 20 and then I hit max dice on everything, but that would also depend on me rolling a 20 on my initiative
Yo,
first.
are you like having sex with RNGesus? Because that's the only way that's gonna.
Well,
happen.
first I gotta beat its initiative, which is not gonna happen at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's because you can't roll.
I can't roll
to
initiative.
Save your life.
Don't worry, Warhammer would drain both of our luck.
No.
I just can't roll
Y'all have
initiative.
great luck. You guys have great luck. You just suck at initiative.
Yeah,
The entire party sucks at initiative.
well, like I'm particularly Iestyn's particularly bad at initiative, but we'll see what happens tonight with the kitchen witch because she's -1 at initiative, and so if
Didn't you also take the cleric in my game?
I did, yeah,
Didn't that also -1 initiative?
probably.
Why do you hate initiative, Justin? Why?
I don't know. It's fun. I mean,
Go ahead if you want to head.
yeah, but I really wanted to play a trickster cleric. It seems like so much like I feel like a trickster cleric is perfect for a heist, and you can really lean into like making a trickster cleric that's like really good for a heist.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like, well, it wouldn't be really good for anything else, but for one shot, that's fine. Because like you're gonna get passes out of trace, you're gonna get blessings of the trickster, like there's a lot of fun little stuff you can do. You've got duplicity, holy weapon.
I wouldn't say it's useless. I would not say it was useless. It has a cleric.
Well, when I was gonna roll a cleric, I was like gonna like min max the crap out of it. If I got to roll my own, and so it's gonna be like this character's gonna be really good for this one shot, and then not do anything else. But I could have taken that risk.
Oh, we have another comment. KNS Soze says, "Oh, welcome back, KNS Soze. Tony's shop is practically where I grew up at. I remember summers walking all the way from my house up the hill to the store. The walk wasn't bad when I was playing Magic, but when I started playing Mech Warrior, carrying that box became a real workout. LOL. Yeah,
Oh, I know. I live close to the current store. I don't drive at the moment, and so I pack my 2,000 point Warhammer army in and out when I play, and it's kind of a pain. And I'm glad the location they're talking about is closer to me.
Isn't it just across the street? Like we're not exactly going that far.
Yeah, but it's like 2 blocks closer to me, and it's the 2 blocks of uphill.
Yeah, challenges did find a location. Unfortunately, we can't afford it yet. So every donation we get is going to help challenges literally get a place to stay. We discussed this earlier on the stream, so I don't mind mentioning it. We had Tony as a special guest star earlier, and he kind of went into it. Basically, the place that he found that will accept us, I say us like I'm associated with the store or something, but
Technically,
yeah, it's weird. Technically worked the front before, but so the store is requiring a cam, which is like an upkeep fee, like a maintenance fee. They're requiring the first month and the last month up front and a deposit. So like that's 3 months, give or take, all at once. And Tony had no time to save up money before the corpo screwed him.
And that's on top of the cost of moving and the cost of like time down when the store's not running, and then any work that's got to be done in the store to get it ready to go, whether it's
Yeah.
fixing the lights, the AC, painting things. I mean, there's a chance we need to get new Warhammer tables. I don't know how many, like, I mean, these little tables belong to the mall, right?
These tables belong to the mall. The white tables belong to the store. These table toppers here go on anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, picnic tables are pretty cheap.
Yeah. I mean, you can, most places just build Warhammer tables because, like, you just want plywood on legs because give it dimensions.
He actually is required to have certain table construction. He because it's a WPN thing from Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, for Wizards.
We have a question from Vote Coconut. Do you remember the first mini you ever painted?
Yeah, it was a Stormtrooper. It was all white and black, and I hated it. Like, I did it, and I was like, this is rough. And then I got to the end and found out painting white and black is, like, just painting just the white and black. It's kind of tricky.
Kana Sote says, just let me know, and I can build some more wargaming tables like I did for the last store. We, we love a custom-built D&D table. I'm just throwing this out there.
These table toppers are great for D&D.
Oh, these table toppers are great. The only thing I don't like about the table toppers is want an octagon. Yes. The answer is yes. Kaiser Soze asks if we want an octagon one. I say yes. We need to talk to Tony about that. Our gaming space is about to shrink considerably.
Yeah.
Now, Tony indicated that we're not going anywhere.
I mean, I'd be happy to chip in for a cool D&D table.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be awesome.
Tony indicated earlier that my game is not going anywhere because Tony is awesome. But we don't know yet.
Yeah, so if you heard when I first jumped on the story, I was painting Stormtroopers for Star Wars Imperial Assault, and it took me forever. And they looked okay.
Kaiser Canis Soze says, can do one with hinged side so the octagon sides fold down to turn it back into a standard.
That is really cool.
Dude! Bro, those, like, I don't know if we could accept a gift like those. That's expensive. Like, those are like $3,000 tables, man. Like, I appreciate it. I'm not going to say no. I ain't going to say no. I would love something like that. Yeah, we'll talk. The backup table would be badass.
Sweet table.
Everywhere room to sit. We'll also have better lighting at the new store.
Yeah, because this is kind of
Yeah.
the one thing we haven't been able to get figured out here.
Not cost of lumber and feed me for the 4 hours. It will take 4 hours? Bruh, you're good. Yo, Parker, man, you got some competition.
I don't do woodwork. I don't. I like my fingers. I have relatives that are cabinet makers, and they're missing fingers. So I do very little. I've got a custom made dice box, and I've got a dice tray, and I've got a dice tower.
Kaiser says, would be a standard build and wrap with felt.
Yeah, that would be
awesome.
We should definitely talk about that. I'd be up for chipping in for
I would definitely cost of lumber and feed. I'm thinking we can come up with that.
We probably need to get, because Kaiser, I think you said, or Soze, I think you said you're out of state. We probably need to get shipping too figured out.
We'd have to.
or delivery
Well,
or
I mean, we
something.
might be able to like run out and get it. I don't know.
I'm not
how
walking that
I have to
far.
stay there. Well, no, I mean, I have a partner that has an SUV. Like,
I mean, I guess a U-Haul's cheap to rent for one day
no,
if we have to.
we have an SUV. I could take the back seat out or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to talk to my partner, and she'd probably be like, Henry, what are you volunteering me for now? I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Soze says, yeah, hit me up and we can play something later with it. I would come down there to build it. Just have to plan around my drill weekends and work weeks. Sweet, dude. And I'm sure Tony would love to see you. And I mean, I can. I need to switch over and see like, what Tony. My phone is acting stupid. I need to go see like what Tony. If Tony has commented, because he's probably like, dude, you can't order tables from my store. Tony said nothing. Hey, Tony, if you're still watching, can we buy a table for your store?
It's gonna depend on how much space we have. That'd be awesome if we
Just
could.
comment in the chat. We can see what you're writing.
Nice.
Oh, I'm away. What did they say?
So as they said, unlike the first table I made for him, this time I actually had the tools to do it.
To do it right
Right
now.
Yeah, having the right tools makes all the difference in the world. I've got relatives that do woodworking, like I've said, and so sometimes I go home and I get to play in their shops, and like having the right tools makes all the difference.
Bro, I would love that table. That sounds awesome. And as long as the camera mount would still sit, it'd be great.
I mean, yeah, it should. And we could build something different if we needed to.
Octagon has 8 sides?
Yeah. A stop sign.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Tony's coming. We done pissed off Tony. We're already punch drunk and we just started.
I heard my name
Yeah.
on streaming delay.
Yeah. One of your old customers, Soze says, by the way, have the tools to make it out of aircraft sheet metal if we want. LOL, nah, just joking, but I can shoot rivets all day. One of your previous customers, who apparently was here 20 years ago, has offered us a custom gaming table. He's talking about a square table that has a felt cover that opens up into an octagon.
I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah. He said that he built you tables before, but he didn't really have the tools to do them. And now he does.
Okay.
Soze, do you want to reveal like who you are so that Tony knows who you are? Wait, were you Matt? We had a Matt earlier.
No, that's different person. That's gotta be different person.
Yo, it is Matt.
Wait, what?
Okay.
It's Matt.
Hold on. What?
Yeah. I mean, we had another Matt here too.
Oh, okay.
We had multiple Matts, but it is Matt. And so Matt has offered us a table. And yeah, we heard you on the stream because we were like, you can just type. We can see your typing on YouTube. You could have just typed it back to us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know whether you guys actually could see those or not.
Yeah. We can see them.
Okay.
Our stream has devolved into this, and it's probably getting more viewers than ever before.
It's gonna be good.
It is. No, like, we've never had this many viewers. It's so weird. Well, I think it's because the time, too. Like, you get more viewers at night.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, you get more because, like, people are home. Like, you know, they're not here in the middle of the day on a Sunday.
All right.
Welcome, new people. This is a Challenges Games and Comics charity stream. We're trying to save a local game store. It's actually one of the largest black-owned game stores on the southeast coast. It's become a pillar of the community, and they have been screwed over by a corporation. And my hours of playing Cyberpunk tells me that I have to fight against that. So we are, if you check the pinned comment, there is a GoFundMe that we're collecting for to try to save Challenges Games and Comics. We're trying to get them a new place. A new place has been found. We're just now trying to earn up the money so we can get in there. That's an important thing, but also we're here to entertain you. Right now, we're kind of doing a chatting stream as we're waiting for people to get in. We have one of our players has finally arrived. We're waiting on one more. And then we can get started with the actual gaming. But for now, Iestyn is painting, Parker is painting minis, and we're just kind of, for lack of a term, shooting the crap. We're just kind of chatting and laughing and doing what we do here at Challenges, which is basically have a community of people that care about each other and people that stick together. And as cheesy as that might sound, I think it's important.
This feels like an episode of Barney.
Oh, what?
Barney.
Barney?
And the dinosaur, the purple one.
I miss the Barney craze. I'm too old.
I had kids during the Barney craze.
I had siblings that were that age, and so I mean, technically, it was just below me. Like I thought it was dumb, but I had little siblings who loved, like 2 years younger than me, that liked it, and it was like,
I think the new show for kids is like Bluey.
Bluey's not bad. Like, I watched it because I had heard a lot about it, and I've got little like nieces and nephews that watch it, and then had, you know, people at work are always like talking about like their color palettes they use in R or things like that, and it's like, you know, one of them, their color palette they used for all their graphs was from Grand Budapest Hotel, and then one of them was literally their color palette was all based off Bluey characters for their data analysis stuff. And so finally it was like, all right, like if we've got people like watching it, I gotta go check it out. And it was like,
I have to send Ophelia her sheet for heist.
oh, yep.
I was supposed to do this hours ago.
Oh yeah.
I am so sorry.
Quick question.
I told Ophelia to try to read the rogue section.
Yes, this was my fault entirely. I should have gotten this to them. I should have gotten this to her. Let me come over here. This is my fault 100%.
If you're in the chat, are you watching? Have any of y'all been watching the World Cup? Like, what are your thoughts on it so far?
Yeah, what's going on with the World Cup?
Scotland.
Yesterday. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They need to.
No, not forever. They sucked yesterday.
Yeah. The Tartan Army's been awesome though. Like
they've been drinking all
drinking
our beer.
Boston Dry.
I love Scotland. But
Yeah.
no, yesterday it was like they need a hydration break. Somebody give these boys some water.
Steaks on rust.
Someone need to give those boys a beer on the sideline, man.
They were complaining about the beer. We need
Yeah,
to
the
go
World
with
Cup
you.
has been great.
I have to finish it, but Nate, would you like to play in that? Or would you rather just watch?
I'd rather just watch.
Okay.
Because I have zero clue about any of these game systems, and if I'm going to bumble through Warhammer and Iestyn's game,
Totally fine.
But you're with us.
Yeah.
Rumble with us.
No, that's fine. No, I'm not going to force anyone to do anything.
Oh no.
oh, hey, 2 comments. The World Cup has been great. Go USA and Mexico.
Yeah,
From Bo Coconut.
apparently USA is doing really good right now.
They
USA is doing great.
Hey,
And our
Henry.
We just can't lose to the Brits. If we lose to the Brits in this, I'm going to be so mad.
I mean, the getting past them. Here's the issue. Like we're doing great, but we're ranked 15th internationally, something like that. It's like we're gonna come up against one of the real teams with real strikers, and we're gonna get punished.
As long as we don't lose to the Brits.
Yeah, I
We
don't know.
need round 3. 18-12 we lost.
Yeah, like right now we beat the Brits in like 1950 or something in the World Cup, and it like shocked the world. But like we're gonna get out of the group stage. We've won the group, so we're gonna get a really good draw in the round of 32. So then it's like, who are we gonna get in the round of 16, and that's where it gets tricky.
It's looking good so far. I've watched
Yeah.
a lot.
I've watched so much. Like I don't watch a ton of soccer normally, but then the World Cup comes on, and it's like you gotta watch it. Like
Even though
it's just like tradition. Like
corrupt and
oh yeah, FIFA is so.
so terrible.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. Just gonna,
Nope.
gonna behave on stream. But like growing up as a kid, my dad grew up in Brazil, and so he like as a kid, like we never watched soccer, but we didn't have TV. We'd get cable for the Olympics and we'd get cable for the World Cup, and then we'd like watch all the games. So I grew up like, and so like when the World Cup was like in Korea, my dad would like wake me up at like 4 in the morning and be like, "Hey, Brazil's playing. We're gonna go watch." And so then I'd get up and go watch the games.
That
And
felt special.
it did. So now it's like I gotta sit and watch the games. And of course the Seleção are like struggling and like they need to play better, but like America looks great right now and that's fantastic.
What was the final score on the Brazil? Was it Brazil Haiti? Right?
I think it was 3-0.
Okay.
They
I
got
didn't
lucky.
Watch the end of it. I
They
paid
like
your hat.
yeah. They looked better, but they should be doing good. Restoring multiple 4x4 octagon tables and would make larger battlefield pushing the table together like a hero escape map. That is pretty cool.
What's this? Oh, is this that gaming table?
Jose is saying an interesting table design I saw was one where Storm made multiple 4x4 foot octagon tables and would make larger battlefield by pushing the tables together like a hero escape map. That is cool. Do octagons wouldn't be, that'd have to be a hexagon, right? Because octagons don't fit together.
No, yeah, hexagons.
You need octagons and squares together or hexagons. Yeah.
Right. Yes, I think that's right.
Sounds
Sounds
right.
right.
Hex, yeah. Yep, I think it has to be a hexagon. But it's
Hex
still
is
like-
6, oct is 8.
Yeah, because if you put two octagons together, like you put the flats together, you end up with little diamonds that are missing.
Okay.
So you get like that old linoleum pattern they do where it's like white octagons with like little colored diamonds.
Oh yeah, that's all like the bathroom tiles.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick on the game,
Yep.
if we ever wind up playing it.
Yeah.
I
I think some of these one shots are going to run long, and so we might not have to play, but if we end up with downtime, it'll be like, well, we're going to.
I mean,
You'll-
there's a likelihood. There's also the possibility that the heist is a weird game because it was originally designed as just a
It is a really cool concept, Jose.
because it was designed for like just original. It's kind of like just going to be like a thing like when we had a situation where we only had like 3 players, like people were sick or something.
Yep.
Do we need these pieces on board?
You can talk, by the way.
No,
It's
everything is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I move?
Yeah,
on?
yeah, we can move.
Everything on board, we're just showing stuff off. These are the
Oh, I gotcha.
character tokens for Neon Odyssey.
For Neon. Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
so I'm doing tokens for that because it was easier to print them out than it
Yeah.
was. And I've got all the character sheets.
Awesome.
And we'll see how it goes. I haven't DM'd in 5 years.
Oh, here. we
So
go.
we're gonna see what happens.
It's gonna be awesome. I
But-
brought my printout of them too,
Nice.
so I have a couple extras.
Crazy thing is, like, I haven't DM'd in 5 years, but every game I've ever DM'd has been live on YouTube.
Oh, that's
Like,
funny.
Every game,
That's
like,
very funny.
because me and my roommates were already streaming when I got like rotated into DMing,
Yeah.
and so like I learned to DM on YouTube, and like I was live the whole time, and then now I'm back at DMing again on YouTube again, and Twitch and everything. So like
That's so.
it's all there.
How big?
And I was terrible at it when I started. I'm probably gonna be terrible at it now, but we'll figure it out.
It's gonna be great.
Um,
I have faith. I'm gonna get
at least one of us does.
Ascelia on here at some point. Okay. So this is on. No cheating and eating the donuts early. There
Do
you
I
go.
plan a color scheme ahead of time or do I make it up as I paint? It depends on the miniature. Right now, I'm kind of like,
And the cooler's down below.
I'm making up the pirates. I'm kind of making up as I go. I have a limited palette with me today. But a lot of times, if it's something like,
You know, they put it
Yeah,
on-
Tony.
if
brought
you're
me-
painting like an army, then you want to
Okay.
pre-plan everything. And then also if you're painting
so-
armies, like
you can-
as you do things,
you can help.
keep track of what you do. Like write a recipe for what your highlights are, what your midtones are. What you're using for like if you're doing different types of leather, like what's your leather recipe, and keep track of it, because what'll happen is you'll work on an army and then months later you'll need to come back and paint more miniatures for that army, and if you haven't kept recipes, it can be hard to
They're big things at one.
get your colors just right.
So, they will be getting
For
started
things like,
at the beginning,
you
so
know,
we're gonna track two different roles.
it just depends. If I'm painting things for,
Main thing is they're an
it's like when I've painted parties for the games that Henry's run at DragonCon, I came into it with the idea that each miniature needed a color palette and they had to be distinct from each other. So you could look and be like, oh, the cleric's white and gold, the monk's orange and blue, the barbarian's red and brown. And so they had these distinct palettes. And so it was like going through it was like, all right, so I mean the druid obviously had to be green. And so you're like, it's the best thing you can do with that a lot of times is to pick a palette. For like a party, you want to pick a palette where everyone's unique so you can see them when they stand out. For things like our dark elves, they're all they're all like grays, dark blues, purples. And so they're just one palette I use throughout. What happens though is narratively things change. So, like Iestyn's palette is currently blue and white because he's the Dutch Bros paladin. But where he's going in the story and the color schemes of his deity Zaphis are going to lead him more towards like reds and golds. And so as he levels up, like I need to paint a new miniature for him. And so when that happens, I'm going to go to reds and golds. And that'll change my color palette a lot. Soze says, was thinking about it. It would be easier and faster to make an octagon table with a removable middle section. Bases, armor, etc. To extend to an octagon and then compressed becomes a hex. That would be pretty epic. That would be awesome, Soze. I'm not that. Geometry is not my subject. I don't know how that would work, but that is awesome. Dang, I'm glad that'd be simple for you to do. That's crazy. Vote Coconut. What are some of your favorite details to paint on minis? For example, weapons, faces, bases, armor, etc. Faces. I enjoy doing faces. I'm not. I haven't really done a great job of figuring out non-metallic metal. It's something I'm still working on. I do it sometimes. I tend to do true metallics. Fabrics are pretty easy. Leather's something I've done a lot of. I'm good at. I was really bad at painting faces, and so I had a time period, like maybe a year into when I started painting, where I just 3D printed a bunch of miniature heads, and I would go to game stores that had like Warhammer bits, because there are some like secondhand used Warhammer stores that like Mindtaker Miniatures or places like that have just bins of Warhammer bits, and I would buy all these Space Marine heads, and so I had all these I just had a bag of heads, and every day I would sit down and paint a head. And some days it was like, can I paint a head in an hour? Some days it was like, can I paint a head? Like I'm gonna sit and take my time and do detail work. And so after like 2 months of painting one face every single day, kind of got better at it, and I really enjoy it. Like it's one of the things that I feel like I can do well, and it kind of makes my miniatures stand out. So faces are something I really enjoy doing. But armor's fun. Again, I'm not great at non-metallic metal. It's where I need to be working on improving next if I ever want to actually be good at competitive painting. That's like what limits how far I can go, is how much time I put into that. So this says, simple to do with the rail system, like those dining room tables with the removable system. Yeah. I haven't done a lot of that kind of work, but that would be absolutely awesome.
The only thing I forgot was where the percentage was, but I calculated it. Gerbil and Grovette, they're easy. They are they have Eldritch Blast. Well, actually, they have something at melee range. They have something better than Eldritch Blast. Okay. They have Pact of the Blade, and their pact weapon is a great sword. So they can pull that out. So if I pull it out and I use it, it sticks around until. Yeah, well, it can be an actual greatsword, or it can be a magically summoned greatsword. Okay.
Yes.
And to go from being to that, it's an item interaction to pull it out.
No, you just once you pull it out.
So this says for the paints, I like doing metallic paint and then dry brush on my primary colors to make it look like the paint has worn off, showing the metal underneath.
that is a great way to do it. You can also do
So it's still a physical weapon.
you can also paint with your base color and then dry brush with like a really dry dark metal, and that works too. What I've taken to doing for things like that is I will base color with like a brown or a metallic, and then I'll use makeup sponges to sponge over it, and then that leaves areas that in the low lights where you can leave like dirt or grime. Like there's also like, who is it? Vallejo has a really cool true metallic metal set. I haven't tried playing with it yet, but it has a lot of like a wash. It has a low light, like a darker metallic and a brighter metallic. Typically what I've been doing is just I either paint with the dark metallic and then come like a plate steel and then come back with a shining silver and do my highlights, or I will do I'll end up doing like I'll paint the whole thing with shining silver and then wash it 2 or 3 times with like a Nolan oil, and then I'll come back and layer in highlights and bright things in. But yeah, there's no wrong way to paint your miniatures. It's just how you want them painted, how you want them to look on the table. Just do what you enjoy doing. So as it says, makeup sponges work great, but I really do love using those thick dish sponges, the foamy kind, the rubbery ones. Use them on aircraft paint as well because they leave a really smooth finish. I haven't tried those yet. I use the makeup sponges. They do leave a little bit of like a texture, which is fine if you're painting tanks. And I'm using it on my my Space Wolves. I've been doing a lot of, I'm painting them with like a Rhinox hide, like a dark brown, and then I sponge paint on like the dark Space Wolf blue, the Fang, and then I go to Rust blue and then Fenrisian gray. And I really like the way it looks. I should try those dish sponges. That'd be great because it would be good to get a smooth finish sometimes. I also can airbrush. I have an airbrush, but the sponges is so fun and so quick.
And we're not doing that for like 21.
You already didn't know this was happening.
Just tell them you're working on it.
Yeah, I did. I told you there was an event.
Yeah, we're working tonight. That's what we're doing.
I didn't have that knowledge.
Sweet.
I just said, hey, there's an event I'm here for.
I will try those. I'll check those out.
Tony's probably gonna get in trouble.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what he told me. He's gonna go chase him down.
Just let them know if.
They came out to meet me and was talking to the person.
Oh yeah. So, yeah. Well, we're breaking down the room. That's effectively. I need you.
Yes.
Not you.
Okay.
You. We're going to be switching out to my game here shortly.
Yeah.
Can you just on the black on these just base them one color?
Yep. Each one different.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had an issue with security, so we're trying to make sure it's okay.
Probably my fault, and I'm sorry.
So if the stream gets canceled,
Sweet. If you, yeah.
Yeah,
If
the
you
trip
could.
gets canceled, it's my fault, and I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Soze. That'd be great. The stream gets canceled. I won't get to play my Kitchen Witch.
I know.
So looking forward to it.
Oops.
Stage whisper. We have brownies, by the way, if you're watching. That's the stage whispering in the background's for.
Cannot find my
And donuts, and I'm very sorry that I did buy some everything bagels, so y'all may not, thank me when we all smell like garlic. and
I'm
onions.
gonna have Tony go talk to security.
I also brought trash bags.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We just gotta
Where would be the best place for that?
The rest of the food and stuff is over
we just gotta
there.
pack our stuff out. I've got the peanut butter filled pretzels. I've got apples and bananas. That way we
Oh,
don't
thank
like
you for buying fruit.
get cramps or scurvy.
Yeah, scurvy is.
I have bagels and donuts for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I have coffee creamer and
I've got blueberry muffins and Cheez-Its as well.
Okay, nice.
I just was ordering stuff in from Costco, and it's like, let's get some stuff from Costco.
I did bring some decaf K-cups in case we need to
Oh.
keep our hands from shaking later.
No, that doesn't help. You need the caffeine for that.
Well, it depends. Are you shaking
Well,
from the
okay,
jitters
yeah,
or
true.
shaking from
It depends on what you need. You have to balance it.
Exactly. Are you
Yeah.
shaking from the jitters or shaking from the
I didn't-
addiction?
Yeah, it's the addiction.
Right, yes, you want to take my side? Because I just figured whoever's here the longest
Yeah.
gets the grabbing the seats. So I think for this one, it's only
Could
you
be-
and me and Susanna and Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about getting Nate into it.
Oh, cool.
I don't think he wants to.
That's fine.
He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. We're not going to force him to play D&D.
Why not? It's fun.
Come on, Ryan.
Hello.
You still alive?
You still alive?
Still alive?
No, Wall Street's pretty chill.
Yeah. I do kind of feel bad because apparently I was supposed to say we were just working tonight, but I did not know that.
That's fine. He's already driven off, but he's a bit pissed. I smoothed it over as much as I could.
You told him we were breaking down the room there. Once he throws the fuck out.
What?
That's the official reason we're here.
I know. I told him that we're breaking everything down. We're good.
I didn't know that that was the official story, so I said something different. It's my fault. I'm so sorry.
No, I changed back to the red story.
Okay.
Oh, you just said
Although with her original thing, he's pretty cool with that, so he's not gonna pitch a big fit. His main issue is that he wishes you told him because he was about to call cops because it was like someone his his mind.
So it's been taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
told Tony specifically to tell him.
Yeah.
I may or may not have driven around the entire mall trying to figure out where the back entrance for this would be.
Yeah, no, Tony was,
So I probably looked sketchy as hell.
yeah, that's what it was.
You're fine.
Tony was supposed to contact them and tell them earlier, specifically before I got here.
All right. If we want to switch to get off the camera for a bit so we can set up.
Yeah, we're
do the
gonna
intro.
switch off the camera.
All right. Thank you
we're
so
gonna
much
go
for hanging
we're
out and
just hit
painting
the
with
button
me.
that says,
Intro.
That says intro.
Thank you so much for hanging out and painting with us. We're gonna switch over for a bit, and we'll be set up for a game in a minute here.